tail.
We're keeping the barn, and we're keeping the pole barn.
So that big thing that's falling down, you're gonna keep that? Why?
We're just gonna renovate it. We'll get it down the roadway.
You can't renovate that though.
Yes, you can. It's actually pretty sturdy.
My point was gonna be, is that wood is worth a lot of money.
I know. And what's crazy is that wood that what holds it up is not lumber. It's actually real trees.
Oh, that's dope. But like a lot of so when you go to renovate it, they'll have to pull some stuff off. That reclaimed
The
wood.
metal, yeah.
Wood. I need to look at it again. But there's a lot of wood on there that you can take off and repurpose. There's stuff out there that would be really cool. I'm just saying, don't get rid of it. If you get rid of it, yeah.
Yeah, even the guys that's out there that's doing away, it's like, look, if y'all want like this metal sheeting that's on it and a lot of this wood, they like we'll pay off for it. We'll take it. So no, we definitely know we get it.
Did y'all hire black crews?
Nah, it's white folks out there.
The reason why I was asking is because I didn't know if maybe you like tried your artists to go to black-owned businesses.
We tried, as far as on that scale with land development, we couldn't find none. We didn't want to pay the people from Houston to come up here.
Oh, just for that reason?
Yeah, because that's the thing. They're in Houston, not near Dallas though. That's the big problem. So when me and my wife, when we actually build our barndominium, we actually gonna pay the crew in Houston to come do it. It's gonna be a lot of extra money, but
before you do that, you gotta check out the deal I told you about. Remember about the barndominium guy I told you about?
Yeah.
Before you do that, you need to check this dude out in town. I don't know him. I know his brother.
Okay.
But the work he does is phenomenal.
Gotcha.
You sit up real quick. Look at this. This is irritating as hell. You look way bigger than me. This is some bullshit.
Well, technically, I am bigger than you.
Yeah, you're weak. I mean, I have video proof where you weren't there and I was there.
The white lies that just went on air is ridiculous. Hey, I wish, you know what, we're gonna start videotaping in our sessions. We doing shit.
Come on, man.
We doing deadlifts. No, not deadlifts. Yeah.
Yeah, we do deadlifts.
We doing deadlifts. He is slamming the weights down. It's just loud as hell. Blah, blah, struggling. Me, you know.
Wait, hold on. Is he struggling? How many reps did you do? How many
maybe he wasn't struggling, but he was dropping them weights. Like,
what are you supposed to do?
You got to control the strength when you put it down lightly and pick it back up.
All right, hold on.
That's strength right there. That's
you also run with a bounce, and I can't even hear you. I'm right next to you. Okay, so you're really good about like being a ninja. Because when we were running, I'm like this. This is all you hear. Okay, when I run, when you run, it's like God. Like it really made me mad. I asked you how you do that, and you go, I don't know. I just run. Fucking annoying. But back to the deadlift thing.
That's because David was trying to hawk stump the ground while he was running.
I was not trying to. That's just what happens.
It's like, dude, why are you running? Why are you running like that? No wonder you get tired.
Man,
you acting like you beating up the concrete.
It sucked. Well, that wasn't concrete. That was like some asphalt oil. But
you gotta.
I've been trying to like in my brain figure out how you do that. I gotta record it again so I can study it. But on the deadlift part, maybe I was loud, sure, or the weights were rather. But how many reps did you do and how many did I do? Okay.
Also, we need to understand that he took a rest day. I went pretty hard on my sumo squats.
Okay, but I've also been doing 2-a-days.
And first of all, he's made a lifestyle.
You're on third of all now, I believe.
Third of all, he's been doing. I ain't worked out since last September, October.
That's not the point.
It is the point. So my body's still acclimated, getting back in.
And you have
reactivating
black steroids.
Reactivating or whatever. It's something. My legs are stronger than his. Period.
That's probably true.
This is what it is.
Well, that's gotta be true because when I was doing, you didn't end up doing 315 on squat, did you? I wouldn't let you, right?
No, I did.
I don't think you did 315.
I did. You didn't let me do a lot of it though.
Okay, right. So that's I knew whatever you ended up on, you did it pretty effortlessly. Extremely, or especially since you hadn't done it in a long time, and you had never done box squats before.
No.
So yeah, your legs are definitely stronger than mine. There's no doubt about that. But is your head stronger than mine? Will you be there day in and day out 10 years from now?
I could be.
You could be, or will you?
Who knows?
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing. I'll get my results, and I'll be like this. Damn, I look good. Don't need to keep working.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Okay, so.
And he has to do it anyway because he has he fucked up his body, but that's his personal, testimony. I'm not gonna go into all that. He has to work out.
I have to work out?
Yeah. What you gonna do with all that, the stuff you need to take?
It would be normal.
Oh, that's right, because you have to take it to be normal.
Yeah. I'm just normal, sir. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is Ellie, by the way. She's going to be really annoying the entire podcast. I apologize. This is what she does. She will not leave. Ellie. Go that way. Good girl. Okay. Where's my phone? Topics. Did you bring any topics today for us? No.
No, I did not bring any topics. No, I did not.
Have you ever brought a topic ever?
Yes, I have. I've instructed David that we need to do pre-production.
Right.
Which is he actually really did. So pretty awesome for him.
You haven't done anything. Not for one podcast.
That's not true.
You show up and you eat.
Yeah, I do. But
Yeah.
There's no food now.
No, we're not at my parents' house.
Mr. Maddox.
My wife ain't gonna make you nothing. She's mean.
Mr.
She don't make me nothing.
Mr. Maddox, we miss you. I miss you. I was willing to come over and sit outside and eat for the food.
You're wrong for that. Because you know damn well they just called me trying to get us over there. That's some hoe shit. God. So my mom asked, would we wear a mask for the COVID?
Why y'all want nuts?
Oh wait, first I should probably address the fact that I'm wearing camo with the awesome hat. Because I feel like
What inspired him is Ghost.
that's true. Goes to Tsushima. That's partially true. Also, I feel like it's funny because I look very rednecky. But it's honestly getting hot already. I want to go.
Go. Back up. Let's go.
Oh, sorry. So mask, COVID, high school. Would you wear it? Or how would you? I mean, obviously, if they mandated, you have to. But how would that have worked with you? Like, were you bad in school?
No.
Yeah, I was.
I guess for everybody else's comfort, I would.
I don't feel like you were that like you were nice like that back then.
Consider it, yes.
You weren't. You made it seem like you weren't considered growing up.
No, I'm not saying that. I was in rage and in other
But not
issues, but not when it comes to other people. I was considered for the most part, unless I just wanted to be an asshole. So.
All right, fair enough. I don't know how to answer that because I would, if you had to, I would have done it out of necessity. But I would have been really, really bad and sarcastic with it, like bad. Dave, what do you think? Because what would I have done? Like with having to wear a mask. Like even the dress code, the little dress code that we had,
I don't think anyone would have.
Yeah, we had a really bad grade. Tell my best high school story. Jesus Christ. My kids might watch this. I don't even. Plus, mom's watching it too. She doesn't want to hear all that. I'll wait till later in the podcast where I won't necessarily watch it. I got stories for days.
See, I was just trying to, I was in all throughout school, I was just trying to lay low. Seriously, I was just trying to get up out that jail. I wasn't trying to make any statements or.
Were you different in Chicago versus Minnesota?
Yeah, I had to be. For the simple fact that I wasn't trying to raise no attention.
In regards to both ways.
Yeah.
So you were trying to stay low in both ways.
Yeah.
Man, not me.
That's when you live that type of life. It's like, look, you're trying to maintain your mindset and move without obstruction and without people being all in your way.
Baby, are you gonna watch the comments for me?
I wasn't part of the cool kids. So it is what it is.
You were a boring person?
Nah.
Dorky?
I was just different. Different. It's like I fit in, but I didn't. I fit in, but I was different.
Because you were in Dungeons and Dragons and shit? You were LARPing?
No, I wasn't into that.
You are now?
I'm not into no Dungeons and Dragons. Not here. What's wrong with you? I'm into Magic the Gathering.
It's the same thing.
It's not.
It's the same thing, basically.
It's really not.
So you play Harry Potter games?
That's what I call it. I call it strategy games.
Oh my god. See, then you can always fall back on, well, I have land and you don't. Shut up. Stupid. Alright, so the other topics we had were, we pulled my notes here. Sorry, we're a little unorganized. We're also not in a patio, as you can tell, because it's too goddamn hot outside.
It's really not. I told David that he can make fun of me now. He can make fun of me that I have
A beanie on.
Mobile home.
And you have a beanie in 100-degree weather.
And he lives in a house, and I have a mobile home. Well, I should say a manufactured home.
You said I could make fun of you for that.
And
I didn't make fun of you for it.
Yeah, I said he could. I said he could. He was like, I definitely will.
I'll try, but then your fucking mobile home is bigger than my house.
And then I told him how big it is, and then he, changed the conversation.
That's so annoying. I didn't change the conversation. We were trying to work out. You were trying to stall because you didn't want to do some man deadlifts. See, you got to tell the full story.
Negative. I do. That's the negative.
All right, so we can go right into the main, or one of the good topics. Movies and perspectives from a black person's perspective and a white person's perspective on. We'll start off with a more easier film, I think, to get into it, which would be Django.
Fun film.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they still got some moments in it where you're like, okay, especially at the beginning, the lead up, the build up. Yeah. So when you're watching that, because you and I started talking about this, and then we decided to wait for the podcast to finish the conversation, but we didn't talk about Django though. When you were watching that, in reference to what we were actually talking about, was 12 Years a Slave. You said it was hard for you to watch that because, well, for several reasons, but one of which is that you had to try really hard not to hate white people, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, period. When it comes to my people.
Oh no.
When it comes to my folk, my group, my people, whatever you want to call it, black folks, and those stories, they bother me. Seriously, they bother me because they put me in a headspace. Because I'm the type of person, I feel those emotions, that pain. And like I'll start bawling and crying and get angry in those movies.
Well, like what about like even in the beginning part of Django?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even though the movie, it goes into a different thing, I still feel those emotions.
Right.
And it's hard for me to balance those at times. So I don't watch those movies because I don't want to get lost into that those emotions because they stir something up in me for real. So yeah, that's my issue with those movies. I don't watch slave movies. I don't watch a lot of even the Black Panther movie. I ain't talking about the comic Black Panther. I'm talking about the actual Black Panther movie.
Yeah, you brought that up too. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Who was in it? Who's the main character in it?
Oh, you probably know, but it was based off PvP and everybody like that.
No, I'm talking about who's the actress.
Well, I don't know who the actor is.
How old is it?
90s?
I'm envisioning, I think, oh, you know what? I was envisioning the cover of New Jack City, I think.
No.
With Wesley Snipes. No, okay, it wasn't that. I don't think I've seen it then.
Yeah.
So, it's weird because, like, from our perspective, so you feel the pain of it all, which I think we do too, with my wife and I don't know about everybody, but it's almost like you can feel the liberal coming out of you. You know what I mean? You're like, the white guilt, and then you have to go, all right, shut the fuck up.
You're right.
Because that's my personality. But yeah, it makes you, for at least for me, it makes me more sympathetic and open to, as an example, Gary Vernon on Facebook showed you the thing he posted, getting mad about reparations or whatever. But see, like whenever you watch a movie like that, and then you learn the history of how a shit ton of Fortune 500 companies grew to the status that they are based off of that.
Correct.
It makes your brain anyway, open up to the conversations from a white person's perspective. Because originally, when all that started coming up, my thought was like, this is some bullshit. It had nothing to do with any of that. And now my tax dollars have to go. The whole conservative talk about it, basically. The Fox News Republican, I should say, talking points about reparations. And then you watch stuff like that, and you have to remind yourself, okay, well, hold on, let's see what's here, what's valid here. You get the red line laws and all that stuff that are still persistent and whatnot. So that was what kind of opened my ears to hearing stuff out. And then obviously I've heard so many other people now explain it really well. That makes sense. And like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'm totally down for that. That's kind of where I was at with some of those things. But then there's also like just the human side of it, where like Django as an example, you see all the bullshit and you're like, that's fucking terrible. And then you go and you see the vengeance tale and you're rooting. It's like, yeah, fuck those people up.
Right.
To me, it's kind of the same in regards of like Inglourious Bastards, where you're just like, yeah, fuck those Nazis up. Like
right.
the judo, the baseball bat and all that. Like I thoroughly enjoy good revenge tales like that. So that's kind of about where I'm always at with it. But I don't get like the.
Yeah. So for me, so what that puts you in the mind of when you watch like Django, you see the harm, and then you are rooting for those people's demise. For that energy can transfer over into today.
Right.
Where you'll just be looking for issues. You'll be looking for the adversary. You know what I'm saying? You'll be looking for opposition in different racial groups. Cause like I told you before, it ain't like things is really progress. What they did is just evolve to something tolerable. So you'll start looking for things to be upset about.
That was what Kanye referred to, right, with the Harriet Tubman thing.
Pretty much.
Right? That's kind of how when I heard him say that, the whole internet blew up over it. I was like, hey, I think he was referring to what you were talking about. Because you and I talked about that, not that topic necessarily, but it was the last podcast that you talked about.
Yeah.
When we debated it. But I was reflecting on that. I was like, I think that's exactly what he meant. He just said it in a way that was more marketable to where people clashed over it, which is, I think, kind of the point. Maybe if we're to take his creative genius as not being mentally ill.
I think he's just terrible at communicating. Off the top.
I don't see how that's possible if you can be a wordsmith the way he is. Like anybody that's in hip hop or music in general, you have to be a wordsmith. And so if you have
Those are well thought out thoughts though. You writing it down.
Not necessarily. Especially like if you're just flowing.
Well, he don't do that.
Or battling.
People write for him and he write.
Well, okay, fair, but I'm saying in general, like people that are in music industry are pretty damn good with words and their thoughts. So I would think, and just look at his marketing background in general. With every album release, it's kind of consistent. So I think like
it is. If you look from marketing, like everything's always gonna go back to music, for sure. But like I said, these are just like let's say you were upset or anything, and you either online or you texted somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So when you write that out and you stop and you actually read it, that's why a lot of people that's why a lot of people hit delete. Because they're not well thought out thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably a lot of shit that you won't want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? As I'm saying it came off cool. Or like it made sense. But now that I'm reading it, it's gonna be totally read the wrong way. So if anything, Kanye, when he speaks, I think it's kinda like that. It's like in his mind, he's saying something totally different than what it comes off as.
I don't want to believe that because I feel like I think his persona is more interesting to me if it's the other way around. I like the quote unquote crazy Kanye better.
Gotcha.
And the idea that he's a crazy genius of marketing. Kind of like when he said slavery is a choice.
Correct.
Which is also kind of the same thing that you've talked about and other people have. So I want to believe that that's what he was doing. He was doing it on purpose. Because he knows it's going to be talked about for a long time. I mean, how do you not know that?
Well,
even if you say it in the moment.
You take this risk right here, and I've had a couple of these conversations with folks, because a lot of black folks was like, well, you lose our respect. I said, but then again, you have to realize when it comes to music, white folks buy more music than any other group, more rap music than any other group.
Bone just posted a video of them on their live at a concert, and the entire crowd was white. Listen to Bum.
So concerts, music, all that, white folks buy that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fact. That's data, and that's why I always question the conversation when they say, "Well, black people be making all that gangster music, and that's why they're killing each other and blah blah blah." It's like, wait a minute, because technically y'all buy that music more than we do. So are we blaming white degeneracy on rap music too? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's just factual. White folks buy rap music. Period. Black people, y'all the bigger market for it. Is white folks. You go to the concerts, you look at the numbers, the sound scans. It's where the music is going, where it's being bought. It's in white communities. That's just the turnout. So is it really the music? That's all. That's what I asked.
But he's not doing. I don't think he's using. I guess he's kind of taking the Candace Owens route, sort of in a way.
Yes,
sort of, like in the sense that he's like marketing.
I would think so.
But he's more positive for the black community than she is, I would think.
See, that's what my point was. I said, look, here's the thing. Black folks, we can be offended at Kanye, right? But like I told you before, the more you speak against black history and black folks, the more white folks is gonna love you. That's just what it is. That's how that works. And if you do the math, it's like, okay, I can offend a whole bunch of strangers. I mean, whether they look like me or not, at the end of the day, the white folks keep the lights on. Those who my customers are.
Well, do you think that's because it makes white people more comfortable?
Don't know. You tell me. I can assume a lot of shit.
I don't know. I don't know why that would make. I mean, I think you're right. I just don't know why. Why would a Candace Owens person or character make? Why would more white people follow you and like that? That's weird. I don't know. Is it like almost confirming their prejudice?
No, I don't know. I can't really say. Of course,
that's what that is. Right?
Of course, it would be an easy cop out for me to say that, right?
No, it is. It has to be that because
but it's like if you like people that go on these black people bad rants. That's all you got to say, and you get a whole bunch of backing behind that. And they be like, well, we just concentrate on what the issues are. And my retort to all that is that we'll concentrate about the issues that's in your own fucking community first. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to bring up black on black crime and poverty and blaza blaza blaza. And let's just be honest. If it wasn't for per capita, white people is leading way more categories. Dude, I don't need to list them either. You can sit here and say murder, but it's like when it comes to
mass shootings,
trafficking women, trafficking children, pedophilia, rape, molestation. When it comes to adultery, theft, Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, money laundering, drugs and all that. That's white people categories. But but y'all sit here and say we need to worry about the issues that's in the black community because black on black crime. No, worry about what the fuck y'all doing. Worry about y'all people. That's all I'm saying. That if everybody mind their damn business, we wouldn't have to have these racial biases and all these other stupid ass conversations that we don't need to have. We could just focus on humanity instead of focusing on racial issues. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we go per capita and we go list crimes, but then worry about what the fuck the crimes that y'all lead in. Why the fuck is y'all always playing with children? Why y'all trafficking women? Why y'all raping women?
Yeah, it's like I think that's where it kind of showcases their internal prejudice because whenever Candace Owens talked about George Floyd's past, people latched onto that and started sharing it around. It
was weird because they like, well, he held a pregnant woman at gunpoint.
Well, it even said specifically the gun at her belly.
And I said, well, can we keep going with that truth? They robbed a dope house. So it wasn't like she was in a suburban neighborhood and she was a law-abiding citizen that was contributing. It was a dope house.
Which that's all irrelevant to me anyway, but.
She lived in a dope house that was supplying drugs to a black community. So in a community, no matter what the color, the dope house gets robbed. That's across the board. You stay in the dope houses get robbed. Because why? That's where the drugs and the money is. She happened to be there. He didn't harm her. They didn't put her hands on him like that. It's like, look, where's the drugs? Where's the money? That's what we came to get. But that's the truth that they leave out because they just want to make it seem like he just did this to an innocent, law-abiding, contributing citizen. No, it was a drug house. So are we protecting drug dealers now, conservatives? Is that what it is?
Well, I feel like, but like there's a lot of people sharing that around, a lot of white people, and so I feel like it's them and their own internal prejudice. Like, see, I knew I was right, and and now finally one of them is agreeing with this.
Well, the spin is black. You know, we want to this indoctrination of today's world is black people bad. Black people bad. Let's focus on black people in the Democratic Party.
It's like that with all races, though. Darker skinned people of every race have always been the.
What we talking about here in America?
Right. Well, it still applies because you have, like, the darker skinned Mexicans are more oppressed than.
But you don't see them on TV.
No, they're the most looked over, and they're like that's a really bad issue.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking. But we talk about news cycles and what the news.
Right. It's always black and white, but they never talk about the other.
Everybody else.
Other groups that were also being completely fucked over. Which in the construction world that I'm in, I've seen it time and time again. And it infuriates me to the point where I'm willing to lose money to walk away from jobs from the way I've seen GCs treat people.
Yeah.
It is fucking miserable.
Definitely.
And I also noticed that it doesn't happen to the lighter skinned Mexican dudes. It's the darker ones that get hated on the most.
I've made that point across.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I made that point across the board. No matter what country you go to, the darker people are always the poorest.
Outside of white, I think the more white you are, it's the opposite. Like if you're a tanner, like Italian dude.
If you go to Italy, you know the whole difference between North Italian and South Italian.
Mm-mm.
It's that color thing.
Right. Well, so like think about a ginger, like a super white ginger type character.
Yeah.
They're shitting on in the white community.
Definitely.
So it's like the opposite. So like the ultra white.
Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran, right?
Oh,
Fucking ginger.
he's not shit on it.
No.
I fuck with gingers. Some of my best people is gingers. I'm not
No, I know. But my point is that it's weird, like in that regard. But outside of that, yeah, it's the darker skinned people have always been oppressed.
Yeah, but I'll ask the question before you start following. So I asked the question on Twitter. I'm like, why is that? Why is that? If you look across the board, across the country, no matter what, darker folks are economically at the bottom. And I asked that question. Why is that? Is it some type of bigger system that's just like that, or is it something else, or is it just culturally? I don't know. It's just a question I think
it's got to be a human nature thing. Because if it's persisted for thousands of years in history, it's got to be a human nature thing.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff, Dr. Sheila was talking about.
Who's that?
He's on Hotep.
Mm.
You know, when it comes like to Indians,
Right.
not natives. I'm talking
Right,
about.
right, right.
They deal on that caste system. The lighter you are, the better you are. The darker you are, the worse your report. Yeah.
See,
they deal on that type of system.
Right, and it's across the board. Even I bet you it's like that with the Aborigines in Australia and stuff too.
They seem so peaceful. I don't know.
But I'm telling you, like the dark, like the super dark ones, I bet you they're more oppressed than the other ones are.
I wonder.
The lighter skinned ones.
I don't know. I always look at them a little different.
I know, but I
Even New Zealand. I love New Zealand.
Have you been there?
Yes.
I fucking hate you.
If New Zealand is probably one of the places, because I refuse to die on American soil. I don't want to die here. I don't want to be buried here. New Zealand is one of my places where I want to go. It's just the energy. I'm into spirituality. It's just I just don't like the spirit of this place like that. I'd rather go somewhere where it's a little bit more natural and a little more, yeah. Anywho, that's kind of further off the topic.
We've been working out. Look, we've worked out twice now, right?
Is it twice or 3 times?
Two or three times.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we were supposed to work out today, but somebody
was
real fucking late
on the land. Trying to thrive and survive.
You were like looking at a ghost barn and shit. Like, I wouldn't even step foot in that damn thing. That thing looks scary as shit. It was like straight out of Blair Witch. Y'all seen the video on Twitter?
So I had 12 and a half acres, and we cleared the land. We were doing a total land development. We're talking about septic. We're talking about well. We're talking about electricity. All of this, and we got to prepare the land for 8 properties, 8 homes.
I thought it was 11.
It eventually will be 11. Right now, we're just doing 8.
12
for right now.
There too, man.
And so we have to prepare that land completely. And this is the first time we did everything at this capacity, where we can completely take in some raw land, and we're doing everything.
You look like you cut out a lot of trees, though. At least in the videos I've seen.
They dead trees. They trees that look, they weeds that look like trees. That's how overgrown it was.
Oh, okay. So you're not. So you'll still have a lot of tree coverage and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, cause what
You'll probably buy new trees that are fully developed.
it was weeds in the middle. It was a lot of that stuff was just overgrown weeds. But all the healthy oak trees, leave it.
Oh, okay.
And then we gonna replant.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
We'll just buy new trees that are fully built. You know, they're hundreds.
Nah, cause I want like mangoes trees. I want that 5-in-1 apple tree. They got all the apples in it. But then again, we have to
That
realize.
sounds like some like GMO type shit.
But what we have to understand is the more shit you put out in the country, it attracts the more animals and the more wildlife. Because we're dealing with wild boars, deers, coyotes, foxes.
Yeah, but will that be?
It's tracking a mountain lion as well.
Oh, that sounds dope. It's also
And
scary.
water moccasins.
No, I'm not.
We put in the pond. We put in the pond on the back end of the property. And I had to tell everybody, understand this is gonna bring another form of wildlife with the water moccasins. I don't know if y'all are following me, but one tried to kill me about 2-3 weeks ago. A water moccasin tried to murder me. You know what I'm saying? Was that snake on black on crime? I don't know, but it tried to take me out, and I had to stomp it out and kill it because my 1-year-old was not too far behind me, so I had to go ahead and do what I had to do. But any other circumstances, probably any other child besides my daughters, I probably would have just ran, and everybody would have had to fight or flight.
Yep.
My boys would have had to do what they had to do. Look, somebody got to live to tell a story. And
They're not. Are they poisonous? I don't think they are.
Yes, they're seriously poisonous.
But they're not that poisonous.
They can kill you.
No, but I'm saying like rattlesnakes are way worse.
Venomous, not poisonous.
But water moccasins they're super venomous.
I don't think so too.
They are. You should look it up.
I don't think
They-
they
Just Google it. Maybe you have a snake foot
They're
thing.
one of
I
the worst.
feel like you're wrong right now.
You can feel like I'm wrong.
You want to make a bet on it?
What
No,
you
I'm
say?
not that confident. Yeah, that's crazy. So you're. Oh, I had a question.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
She's our Jamie. Jamie, pull it up. Except you're way slower than he is.
I got it.
You're not talking.
It's my phone. Slow.
Jesus Christ, it's slow.
Water moccasin or cottonmouth, whatever.
Well, that's dead time.
Oh.
Waiting on Ashley to respond. My wife.
So I can.
Oh, look, it's interruption time with my daughter.
At least her hair is back the right color.
But sort of. She's still not natural. God, it's more blonde.
Hi, Mama.
It was weird. He sent me a text showing me your hair. I said, next is a piercing. And then he was like, fuck. And he showed me the video of a piercing.
Yeah, that was. She wanted to get her belly button done, but hell no.
I never said that. I said I
you-
wanted to when I was.
You alluded to it.
Well, I said I wanted when I was 17, and I can't because of wrestling.
All right, we are wasting a bunch of time with this. Can't figure it
I
out.
didn't realize the water moccasins are the same thing as cottonmouth.
Yeah,
I
same
did
thing.
not know that.
It's not as bad as rattlesnakes, though, right? Rattlesnakes are the worst things in Texas, as far as snakes go.
Wait, hold up.
But it's irrelevant at this point. Okay, so next topic. Hold on.
Wow.
As y'all can tell, we're also running really low on topics. Since
Say that.
well, it's kind of true because we've been hanging out so much. Because prior to this, we weren't really hanging out super a whole lot, but now we are. So we kind of talked about everything before the podcast. So it kind of screws.
That's
things
called
up.
pre-production.
It's not. It's pre-production if we work on something together, which we have not. There's zero pre-production. I said, hey, bud, what do we do for topics? I actually do it on Monday, and then I get on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, and you're just like, land, building homes, community. Fuck the podcast.
Because that's what I'm doing,
I
right?
understand, but you get some damn topics, man. Come on.
That's what I'm doing. So we want to talk about group economics, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about
Stuff you already know about.
financial literacy, you know what I'm saying? Delayed gratification, community, culture. Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay.
Positioning yourself to excel, being in rooms they don't think you're supposed to be in. Yeah, I'm with that.
That's not. We'll save that for your own little like we'll call it Dr. Yancey time, and you can have your own little like your own little video where you're just like at a whiteboard, you're doing the thing, teaching people.
What are you smoking?
Huh?
Bernie said, what are you smoking?
It's not smoking, it's vaping, and it is black licorice, and it is fantastic.
It's gross.
It's not, it's fantastic.
Anything in black liver is just disgusting.
Thank you.
No, it cleanses this palate. It makes things taste better.
He got other things going on with his body that he need. Yeah, so do whatever. That's just disgusting.
You wear a beanie in 100-degree weather. Shush.
I'm cool.
Okay. Cultural appropriation. You said white people shouldn't have dreads.
No, you said that, and I said I agree with that.
No, well, I meant like they look pretty gross with it. I haven't seen very many white people with dreads that look cool. Like riffraff, like really.
Well, see, here's the thing. I guess I gotta do reality about it, right? If I'm my immediate reaction is like I don't agree with it, right? But my live and let live thing, and it's in culture supersedes color. Then I'm like, cool, I'm with it.
But y'all didn't come up with dreads though. That's not a black thing.
What is the thing?
I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't that. It was surprising to me when it came up. They looked that up, please.
Continue.
It wasn't black people. It was somebody else.
Where?
I don't fucking know. An island somewhere, probably. Babe,
Well,
look that up. Dread originally originated from.
And see, you don't call them dreadlocks because we don't dread our hair. I had locks for 6 years.
What the fuck ever?
That's what we call them locks.
I don't know what the difference is. What's the difference?
Call them locks. We don't dread our hair.
Wait, what?
We don't dread our hair.
Locks and dreads and dreadlocks. It's
Call
all
them
different.
locks.
No, it's all different, or it's the same.
It's kind of
Are you just trying to be like snarky?
no, it's kind of it's an offensive thing to a lot of people
Two different, oh.
What? Dreadlocks is offensive?
to say dreadlocks. You can call them locks.
Okay, that was your liberal showing.
It wasn't. That's
a liberal thing.
That's not a
That's
liberal thing.
offensive
That's not
to
a
for you
liberal
to say
thing,
dreadlocks.
man. It was just a thing. You know, it's like you got your hair. It's your hair. Your hair is locked.
Some people call it dreads. Is that offensive?
But if you don't know the history, that's what I'm saying. If you don't know the history of it, then you call it.
Julie, I know
dreadlocks.
you're probably watching. You call it dreads. Your name is Dreadhead. He's from Jamaica.
That's fine.
I'm very confused.
But that's what I'm saying. It depends on the person.
Locks. I don't understand.
This is the same in India. When I quoted it as dreads.
See?
What does that mean?
It wasn't Africa.
Find me an Indian with locks, man.
It's old shit, man.
Okay.
Ancient texts.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then, okay, so here's the thing. Everybody gets mad about cultural appropriation.
Uh-huh.
But could you imagine what life would be like if we didn't have that?
Yes.
Think about it.
Everybody will be minding their business.
No. You like tacos. I like tacos.
Uh-huh.
Right? We wouldn't be able to have that. That's fucked up. That didn't make no damn sense.
Well, nah.
Yeah, that's cultural appropriation.
That's not.
If you opened up a taco shop right now, that's cultural appropriation. They're trying to shut people down like that.
Understand, I can cook some. I think
That's fine.
I make better tacos, street
But,
tacos.
but you can't do that in today's world. They get mad at you.
No, well, they wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? Try to open up a taco stand in California and see what happens.
That's California. I'll do it here.
Why are you coming over half naked? What the hell?
I'm not ready for what just happened. My girl is 5 and 1. I'm enjoying it.
Do you see why I asked you to come over to the house on Saturday? Are you coming, by the way? You can help me out with that. Or what?
With guns?
Yeah.
I'm with it. I might have to because my birthday on Sunday, so.
I gotta remember that. I'll forget. So my daughter's got her birthday party on Saturday, and I finally saw the list of people coming.
Okay.
It's like 87% dudes. That's not my fault. I don't get along with women, and I get along with guys more.
A whole bunch of sausage party. It's a
Dude.
sausage party life.
So I had a brilliant idea of setting up some of those fold-out tables where you and I will sit. Like, you know when you pull in, there's a driveway right there, right? So right there in front of the garage, we'll just sit there with blank stares on our face, right? We'll clean your guns. I'll just pretend like I know what I'm doing. And we'll clean them, and we'll have all of them laid out, and all the dudes are walking by, and we're like, just looking at them, don't say a word.
So that's like you're gonna scare off the parents, not the dudes.
They also have the kids with them. They'll all leave. A win-win. You see what I can do with
The problem he has going on, I'm not ready. I'm not mature enough for what he has in his house.
You're gonna have the same problem.
I have an 18, 14, 11-year-old boys. My girls is 5 and
Get
1.
ready.
5 and 1 where I can live. This is the conversation I have to have with boys. So with my boys, the 18 and 14-year-old, they jack off. And we have to have this whole male, while my body does this, da 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 da. There's no sex happening, no, my 18-year-old just got a girlfriend or whatever. But like daughters, he got a whole basically adult daughter up in here. And I can't, it's just, I can't imagine it. I'm not ready for that. God will have to work with me because that's feels depressing.
Well, yeah, we got opposite task a little bit there.
Okay,
By the way, your daughter, your 1-year-old, her and I are best friends for sure.
He likes crazy people.
That's a crazy child. So we were getting ready to. Where are you looking at my pants for? That's weird. Of course, the female dog does that. So I sent a video to you of a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Saying, my name's Riley, and introduce yourself to your daughter, who's also 5.
Right.
You tried to send another video back with your daughter saying some stuff, except your 1-year-old was in the background on a car, like a what are those called?
Power wheels.
Power wheels. And she's going, I can't make a noise. She's like, and you like turn the camera over, and she's like, I don't even know what the hell she was doing. She was trying to beat the shit out of the car. Oh my God. Dude, we were rolling, and she did it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you see another video where your daughter was trying to wrap her up in like paper towels or something and make her a mummy, and she was just being a Looney Tune. Like, that's my favorite. Like, I'm so excited.
My 1-year-old drives my wife crazy.
How could it?
Like when I hang out with Dave, like I've been getting a little pushback and attitudes now. Hanging out with David pretty much every day, especially since we work out. I'm getting this. You get to go with your friends. You get to hang out. You get to work out. You get to podcast. And I'm stuck here with your children. That's what I have to deal with. I'm stuck here with your children. That's because the little one is wearing her out.
Why is it only our children whenever they're bad?
That's what I say.
I don't get that.
Interesting, huh?
It's never our child or my child.
They want no responsibility for what they created. Maybe that child took the bad traits from your bloodline.
One for sure. Did you already say that your daughters have the traits of your wife?
I said that. I'm like, they got your temperament. You don't want to be spazzing out, going a little crazy. They sit in your belly for 9 months. Y'all share blood.
Right.
Y'all share emotions. So maybe that's your transference.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%. Because they all got, you get mad when I say the B word.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say that around you for some reason. More leftist bullshit, but okay.
David has to work on his potty mouth with this whole B word. That's the bitch word. I'm trying to get him to stop saying it. It's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
And the other one.
He cusses too. Why am I the only one getting hated on?
Because I don't say that.
You do.
You say
Oh,
it.
you don't say no. Yeah, you don't say that.
You
You
say
don't say
it
the
too much.
B word.
You say it too much.
One of the lamest cuss words out there.
I don't say bitch. I don't say hoe. I don't say all of that. For the simple fact, I have a mother, of course. I have a wife. I have daughters. I have aunties. So
You don't call it like people.
I was just having that conversation when somebody tried to say, well, they tried to make the whole argument of the white folks using the word nigger while rapping along in music.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, they don't mean any harm to it. It's not even a thing. I'm like this. In those same songs, they say the B word, they say A, they say ho, they say all these things. And these are words I don't say. And guess what? They're not hard not to say. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but see, it's also not kind of fair.
How is that not fair? I don't say the B word because I respect my wife, I respect my
No, not
mother,
that.
I respect.
I respect all that.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is the N word. It's not a fair word.
But what?
Here's why. It is a fun word. Because y'all can use it for everything to describe anything. Okay, here's my example.
You use the B word to describe everything.
Yes, and it's fun. That's why I like it. So, Cat Williams. Think about all his comedy bits.
Uh-huh.
Think about how he uses it to emphasize emotion and feelings, and he can use it in a whole range. Right?
And you do that with bitch.
Yes.
So
That's the same argument.
That's
my point. That's my point.
That's my point.
It's a fun word.
So I'm
it's
saying
not my fault. It has a bad tail to it.
So I'm saying
it's a fun word.
It's not hard not to say. That's all I'm saying.
It's not hard not to say, but what I'm saying is it's not fair that he got cut off for most of the population.
Well-
Because y'all reinvented it to be like one of the coolest words ever because you can use it in so many different ways.
Well, maybe you should talk to your people and stop making ugly words.
Yes.
Y'all, you know, they kind of fucked that up for the rest
So
of
wait,
us.
if we get rid of all the Confederate statues, can we now use the word?
No, I don't believe in that. Can't get rid of the Confederate statues. Because here's the thing, man, y'all gonna start coming for other statues.
Well, they need to come after the Tupac one in Dallas because that shit is terrible. Did you see that thing?
No,
Oh man, go look it up.
I didn't see that.
You really didn't know that? They put up the Tupac statue?
No.
Oh my god. Well, it's cool that they did that, but whoever the artist was, hey look man, that ain't Tupac. I don't know who it is. It ain't Tupac. That shit is terrible. But yeah, they should probably tear that one down and start over again. This man's not, oh, he's saying I use bitch as the N-word alternative. No, because that's not as fun of a word.
No, but like, it is.
No, it
That's
doesn't,
how
it doesn't
he
have the
uses it.
same ring to it though.
But that's how he uses it.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Okay, how many times have you heard me say nigga?
Never.
Exactly, because I don't say it.
Right, but if you did, you can make it really cool.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah,
It's just certain things I don't
you
say.
make running cool. You have like a lot of swag to you, so it comes naturally. Right? So it's the same thing.
It's not.
It is. It fucking is.
Words that, you know, it's not about how you view them, it's about how they're offensive to other people.
Right, which is why, see, this is where it gets weird, right? So I get that, and I don't do that. But then I have a problem with the mask thing, with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but it's under, if you think about it, it's kind of the same thing. Because it's out of respect for other people that you're wearing the mask to make them feel more comfortable, right?
So
Which,
So let me ask you
you
this.
don't wear a mask.
So let me ask you this. Oh, I do wear it.
You don't wear a mask.
I wear masks.
I almost said B word. I caught myself though.
Got a
See?
problem. So let me ask you this,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Bitchword.
Uh-huh.
So on Saturday, when people come over,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say one of those young men referred to your daughter as that, how would you take it?
It depends on how it says it.
How would you mean?
You are such a lie.
No, if they're playing around, she's like, he's like, bitch, please. I would not get mad at that.
You,
100%.
You are smoking.
100%.
you are full of it.
100%.
You are full of it.
100%.
I'm taking heads off.
100%. I'm not, it's the intent that matters. The intent always matters. Across the board.
Lord.
The intent always matters. Uh-huh.
I don't believe
Not to me. There will be.
You're just looking to fight somebody.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I feel like it's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So when you say that to women, whether they're playing, like I said, I don't say it to my wife. I don't say it to my wife because I don't want to fight. Because my wife feels that she can beat up men. So I don't want to get into a verbal confrontation with her or a physical confrontation with her.
You know she's gonna beat me up at some point, right?
And so
I'm gonna let it slip. For sure, you're gonna let it slip. She's gonna beat you down.
we might have to beat you up together.
Oh hell, I can't fight both of y'all.
Hey, you put me in that position. Please
And then
don't.
I'm gonna get beat up by y'all, and then still give me a hate crime on my part.
Please don't.
That's gonna be some bullshit.
Please don't put me in that position. I don't want to choose.
Hey, I'm just telling you,
I'm
look,
choosing my wife every time.
hey, I'm with you on that. I'm with you in that fight, right?
Mr.
In that regard. However, I'm telling you, I fuck up a lot. So, what's the likelihood of me fucking up?
You gotta catch yourself and apologize.
But here's the thing, your wife's gonna love me, and we're gonna have a great time, and then she will understand, and she won't be mad at me.
Probably.
She will treat you differently than she treats me. Quit walking in front of the camera naked, girl. Damn.
Sorry, I just had to.
Lord. What? I don't want this type of problems. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Look. Put on some sweatpants.
God, man, I swear.
Look, that is ridiculous.
If someone at your party called you a bitch, and you heard it, even if they were kidding, like if they were like, bitch, whatever.
Wait, what are you talking?
What do you think I would do?
You shouldn't do anything. You should be.
But what do you think he would do?
If you're playing
Would that
around,
make him mad?
if y'all are playing around, and like, well, they said, bitch, please, and push you would I do anything? No. It's the intent. I'm not lying.
You are such a
Why would I lie?
I'm not going for it. I'm not going.
Please don't do that damn thing though. Like at the pits tonight, people already
The
brought
pits? The
Stop.
sand pits?
Let me talk.
You need the sand
Let
volleyball
me
courts?
talk. Let me talk. People already brought up how you did that, car thing or whatever, and it was like a whole conversation, and I was like, and there's just a whole thing. So people already know that you're psycho because people were asking me, they're like,
Hey,
They were like,
not on the podcast. Don't go about that on the podcast.
that's what I'm saying. But and then people were like, oh, kind of like, is there gonna be alcohol or whatever? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh.
I hate these people.
And
I
I
change
was
my
like,
mind. If somebody says bitch at the party, I'm fucking beating their ass.
See?
You know what I just noticed? She has his mannerisms. Lord.
Don't do that.
She
Don't do that.
does. Like
And
the way
I
she
was
holds, like she's talking right now, it's you.
She's an angry person too.
It's you. Oh my God.
How are you gonna talk?
Are you okay in this house?
You have a mini me.
Blink if you run out. Jesus.
and I was like, y'all know who my dad is, so I was like, if y'all want to put up with him, sure, do it. And they're like, oh yeah, no, just kidding. So people already know who you are. There's no need to do guns and stuff. There's no need for it.
That's more of a reason to use guns.
No, that's not. Just okay, you're gonna do that during the backyard.
It's actually a lie. 'Cause I wouldn't use guns anyway.
I do not want to intimidate the parents. I want this to be a good party for my friends. Okay, so please.
Oh yeah, if parents gonna be showing the black guy with a gun, oh my God.
That's great. That's even
Lord.
better idea.
Lord.
It's a great idea.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, we should also wear wife beaters.
It's not a good look.
Or camo, whatever.
Now I'm gonna just put a hood on.
That's,
A white hood.
oh my God.
Sitting there.
That's probably more scary to them than guns. You see the black dude in the hood? Jesus, reverse!
And I'm gonna get
man.
and I'm gonna get a hangman's noose and put it on.
God dang, you're going all in.
I'm going all in. Watch me. Get it.
All right, fair enough. I'm with it.
Terrible.
We're stuck with
Hold on, let me catch up here. Yeah, see, people are with us on that.
No, Brody thinks you're full of crap
said,
about the whole bitch thing.
I'm not. The intent matters. Why would I lie?
You're only saying that because that's what you do to
Yes.
like us and even to other women in your life.
Right.
But you know damn well if someone did that to her, you would lose your
No,
shit.
we're not.
Yes, you would.
If Logan did that, I would never get mad at that kid.
Why did I bring him up? Jesus.
Well, because that's a good example.
For why?
And okay, or
Logan was the guy that went to the kid that was
Yeah.
yours.
yeah.
That's another thing, man. He weirdo. He's a weird guy. He told me about Logan was cool. He's a cool kid. Like seriously. But it's just this whole thing I have in my head: daughter, guy, penis, vagina. I can't take no chances. I'm sorry. I can't do it. You age no.
We talked about why, and you agreed. You got
Listen.
to come to the realization.
My duality, and
Okay.
my
He's Paul.
initial reaction says, fuck no, like it's not happening, right? But when I sit down, I have to process it, and I have to be fair, and I don't want my children to call me out on it. I would have to let live, and hopefully that everything that I've instilled in them would rise to the top, right? Because this is not a dictatorship, you know what I'm saying? I try to, I don't want to rule that way in my household with the iron fist and all that, where communication is cut off and I want to talk about things. You feel like you gotta hide stuff. I don't want that in my house. But still, like I said, I'm hoping I mature a lot from between 5 and 15 at this point. Because if I don't, somebody's child may not come home one day.
I'm really excited for whenever your daughter turns 12.
Lord, I'm not.
I am.
I'm not. Stay young, baby. I'm real 5'1". You can just drive your mama crazy.
I think it's gonna be great.
No.
I'm just so excited.
Yeah. I'll see.
You're gonna be like, but the community, and I'm gonna be like, ah.
can't
I
do
also look forward to hanging out with your wife and then making you sleep on the couch later.
I sleep on the couch anyway.
I'm gonna set you up.
I sleep on the couch because our bed is terrible. The older I get, I don't know what's happening. So I bought that bed about 4 years ago. It was very comfortable as a pillow top. It was wonderful. It was cool. But now, it hurts me. It hurts me really bad.
How long ago?
About 4 years.
Oh.
And at first, and then it's like I got my wife and I got my 2 daughters that sleep in the bed, and I can't sleep with some crazy people. So I sleep on the couch anyway.
Wait a minute, what? Say that again?
My wife and my daughter sleep in there.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, so and it's like
That's
nah,
no.
I'm not going to do that.
You why?
So I sleep on the couch because my couch is super comfortable, and yeah.
You're not supposed to let the kids sleep in the bed, dude.
Don't tell me that. Tell the crazy lady that.
I got you, man.
She uses our children as like a safety net, so to speak. She has this thing, and she's a weirdo in that area too. But yeah, I'm not with it. But like I said, couch, I'm good with the couch because I sleep out there anyway because it's comfortable on my back. We got to buy a sleep number, but I'm just procrastinating.
What up, Billy? You mean snubbing you? What the hell are you talking about? one of the dudes that just joined the chat. He's enormous. You remember? Have you ever seen the Mario movie?
Yes.
The live action? Remember the Goombas?
Yes.
He looks just like that. But a white man. Ellie, don't knock over that camera, goddamn. Ellie? Oh, that's curvy ass tail. I wouldn't call you go. So to take it back to cultural appropriation, right? So think about all the music that white people would miss out on. Blues, like everything basically comes from black music. Almost every genre, except for like maybe classical, maybe.
Okay.
But even then, that was probably stolen. But you wouldn't have good credit. So like, we have to have cultural appropriation.
That's not cultural appropriation though.
To have good credit. You didn't get I had that whole thing planned this whole time, and I said it perfectly, and it was you blank stare, nothing.
It's I wouldn't get credit.
That was funny.
How will I get credit?
Good credit? You couldn't have good credit with what is cultural appropriation? Come on, man! I shouldn't have to explain. That was good. That was good. See, I built you up. I gave you some credit to music, and then I said bad credit, good credit.
One word.
I think people will like that. That was pretty good. I worked on that.
I have good credit anyway.
I know. That's the point. I had bad credit.
I keep telling you, David, he's more blacker than I am. If we going off stereotypes.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
If we going off stereotypes, he's a black guy. I'm the suburban white guy.
Yeah. Pretty much across.
No, for real, like, I ain't talking about the suburban white guy that do a lot of shit. I'm talking about Larry. He's the black guy.
Billy said, sorry, David, I need to know, did you like The Last of Us 2? Sorry, off topic, been too long.
Yeah, I loved it. I did a whole review about it. You can watch it. With Billy. Almost 3 hours long. We went in deep. Because I know why you're asking, and it's in there, sir. Go watch it. I don't want to bring gaming into this thing because everybody will tune the fuck out.
He has this thought about that people think he a nerd or just
Not
weird
that.
as a gamer.
Look,
I'll be telling him to promote, hey, do it. Come and do this. If you love gaming, let that shit out. Who cares?
I know what I'm saying on this podcast.
We play video games.
Right.
So fucking what?
Right, but dude, when I'm coaching her soccer team back in the day, and then a parent comes up to me and is like, "Hey, I saw your gaming videos on YouTube." I was like, "Oh,
You know what? I'd be like, I saw your sex tape on Pornhub. So what? You enjoy what you enjoy, man. Who cares?
He said he's a weirdo even without games.
Yes."
See?
True.
We already know you a weirdo. So nobody cares that you play video games. That's like right in your wheelhouse. Weirdo guy play video games, uses humor to for everything, no matter what.
Yes.
Come on now.
That's good. Is that a bad thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm fine with that because that's
Well, you're
You're
very
me.
business oriented all the time. I gotta make you lighten up.
you're me on steroids. I just learned how to tone mine down.
That's not true because you're the first person I think that I've ever seen in my life do a dance before they did squats. That was probably the blackest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Drake was on. I had to hit him with that. You know what I'm saying?
I was angry because he was so excited about doing squats, and I fucking hate squats. And I was angry because Drake was on, who I can't stand, and you like him, and then you dance to it, and I can't dance, and it was just, the whole thing really irritated the shit out of me. So yeah, you did it on purpose.
You gotta have a good time.
No man, not to that.
You do.
No, Drake is terrible.
We ain't gonna have this conversation all day.
He's Canadian.
What you mean?
He's
He's white and black, so cost
Is
appropriation.
it? I know.
His mother's white.
I know.
Dad's black. Well, he's Jewish. Okay.
Didn't know that either.
And he's a Canadian.
Is he stingy?
I don't know.
Figure.
He just makes awesome music.
What the hell are you eating?
Parker?
Wow, you look gross as shit when I'm over there.
He looked like something Jack in the Box.
It did, didn't it? Yeah. Like it was saved from 3 days ago. That was nasty. Yeah, we got chilies to go today. It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross.
Anyway, back to this pop culture appropriation thing. It's only appropriated when black folks can't do it, but then just like so.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. So
No,
here's
it's
the thing.
not.
Black folks, we wearing our hair cornrows forever. Kim Kardashian can do it in its culture. What black folks do it is ghetto. Culture appropriation.
Okay, what about not being able to dress up as an Indian? What about not being able to wear a sombrero? Like that's just, it's across the board now. They get mad at
You know what? I guess we in that climate, everything is kind of
Dude,
weird.
they just changed.
Sombrero?
So you Trader Joe's, right? I've never been there. Don't know much about it, but I know that.
Super dope.
Okay, cool. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that they had a Trader Jose or something, like the Mexican part of it.
Yeah.
They just changed that because it was offensive. What the fuck?
I guess you know what, you're right, because we going to, let's think about it. The Washington Redskins, that owner was very adamant for a long time, forever. I'm not changing the fucking name ever. Y'all can suck my dick.
That was really weird.
And so when all this started happening and they actually agreed to change the name, so now they just the Washington football team now. It's like, dude, what are you like? That's how when I knew things was really going left.
Man, that's so bad, dude.
Because everything can't be offensive. If that's the case, we really TV is about to get shut down.
And to be fair, Native Americans aren't even redskin. I get redskin because I get burned by the sun, right?
Well, then we're going into that whole white thing and
Being
ice and
being allergic to the thing that gives us life.
yes, the reason
Like vampires.
The reason why people say that y'all dying off, y'all don't like that y'all can't survive in the sun too much. Hey, but that's a whole other conversation.
No, that's some Allen shit right there.
Vampires.
Am I gonna start sparkling when I get out in the sun?
Who knows?
That sounds pretty cool. Wait, so they're saying we're dying off because of the sun?
Listen, man, I don't know what's going on with
That's what they say.
y'all white folks and y'all genetics and what they say about you.
I've never heard that in my life. But please tell me more. That's straight Allen stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All about it.
Alan probably can say, because look, man, I don't.
Like skin cancer or something?
I don't know. He said no.
That's why they went to the cold. The sun hurts y'all and creates skin cancer and some other things. It's a whole lot of study that I.
So we're pushing climate change. We need.
Y'all looking for equality with the sun. We look at there's black people looking for equality in government and social issues.
Okay.
Mm.
I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I don't know. Think about it. Black people, we can't really. I learned that we don't create vitamin D very well.
Correct. I was trying to save you from coronavirus.
Yeah, it was really.
I was passing on some knowledge.
I learned that. I was like this. Say what? Say what? And then again, my wife was like, "We gotta understand. Like when we was up in Minnesota, why a lot of people get like the winter blues. That's what that is." I said, so that's why we don't belong up there. We don't belong in the snow.
It's for any human though, because like when you have long gaming sessions, or like if you're like let's say you're an architect and you're in your house drawing the new project or whatever, the longer you stay indoors without being in the sun, it makes you like clinically depressed. Like your body needs it. That's why vitamin D is now classified as a hormone, because it completely changes the dynamic of your body internally. So you have to take vitamin D, and y'all really do. Because you don't absorb it.
Did you want to have that one?
Yeah.
See, get you some white friends. You learn something.
We just learned about that from watching all the Corona stuff.
I know it.
Well, who was the first one who brought that up? Or Scott Adams actually talked about it way early on with coronavirus things. He said, "What's the common denominator?" And he did it live. He was like thinking about it. And he goes, all right, let's Italy got. He's like going through all the places that had it real bad, and he goes, I don't want to say this is it, but I feel like vitamin D has something to do with it. And then fast forward 3 months, and that was now all the clinical studies are showing that it's vitamin D deficiency in people that have it really bad, on top of obesity and diabetes and all that sort of thing. And most people that die from it also have 2 underlying issues, major diabetes and
Sounds like black people.
well, vitamin D deficiency and like diabetes as an example would be 2 bad thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. You also put lotion on. I don't ever do that.
I put it on every day.
Yeah, but you're a girl. I don't ever put lotion on.
I don't put lotion
Ever.
on.
You said don't put on lotion.
You, ever.
Why?
You see how hairy I am? You know how much lotion I have to use to cover myself?
What they gotta do to me?
No, I'm saying you put lotion on.
I do.
Right, I'm saying I don't.
Just like you didn't wash your legs.
That's not true. I don't like washing my legs. I just didn't know I didn't like it until Hotep brought it up. And then I thought, I damn sure don't like washing my legs. And then every time I go to wash my legs, I go, fuck him.
See,
Every time.
First of all, he got a cheat code. This is the white cheat code. He ain't gotta put lotion on. Cause he ain't gonna tell you to ask you anyway.
Not true.
You can tell.
If I do it,
You can see it on
if
you.
I do it, I'm white. I look like this powder just hit me, and I can't do it. I can't go out like
Yeah,
that.
you can't. Well, you can't see it like that. But like if I do like this, you'll.
What?
Yeah.
Was that?
Look, Bill Burr has a whole bit on it. Y'all need to watch it. It's great.
This guy.
And so does Cat Williams, I think. He also has one. Two of my favorite comedians.
Why don't you ever do podcasts with me?
Because you're not entertaining.
Project Brooke talked about vitamin D with what tip Jesus months ago.
Yeah, but Scott Adams, I believe, was the first person that brought it up from a public figure
Oh, I
standpoint.
thought Joe Rogan did.
You know, he had an expert on that came on after, because well, what's his face said that like, I think we just started hearing about coronavirus, or it just started hitting Italy real bad when he said it. I don't think anybody else said it prior to that. But anyway, you also bought a bunch of vitamins.
Yes.
Do you feel any better?
I make sure I eat with them.
No, but I mean, do you feel more energized yet, or it might take a little longer? It might take a little bit, but.
Well, not so. So the soreness is over, which is pretty good for me. But I think
Already?
Yeah, I think all of the vitamins and plus the creatine and extend.
You also started drinking a lot more water, though.
Water, and then instead of doing my protein like in the morning or even because it got calories, so I'm doing intermittent fasting. So I take my protein at night actually, so it take out the cravings in case I'm having a night where I can't sleep.
Right after you work out.
Then I feel sluggish too. I don't know.
You have to, though. You don't have a choice.
Well, I make sure I eat though.
Oh, yeah, what I'm saying, any kind of caloric intake after you work out.
Yeah, no, I make sure I eat.
Yeah.
So that's how I get my proteins and all my stuff in after. Yeah.
And you said you have to stay away from what now? Like, what do you stay away from, food-wise? You said it don't work with you or something? Beef or something?
Oh yeah, I don't.
You eat it, but you just don't eat a whole lot of it.
Yeah, I can't do it. Cause I go from veganism to pescatarian, and I've been doing it for a while. So me eating any type of meat really fucks me up.
You mean vegetarian?
But
You mean vegetarian?
No, vegan and pescatarian.
Why
Fish.
vegan though?
Huh?
I know pescatarian is, but I'm saying why vegan as opposed to vegetarian?
So I have in my family, I'm one of the rare things where I have a lupus gene. So it doesn't. I don't have.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have symptoms like my sisters and my nieces do. But I think it's really because I eat plant-based.
What
for
is
the most part?
lupus? I don't know. I don't remember what that is. What is that?
It's autoimmune. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have what they have. Like they be hospitalized and they be sick. My sister who's a nurse, she always pointed out, and it didn't happen really until I got down here. When I get photosynthesis really bad, and I get that butterfly thing in my face. I always thought it was just part of my seborrheic dermatitis. My seborrheic dermatitis is why my locks start to pop out and I end up cutting them off.
Your locks?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Dreads.
Oh, right. Yes.
And that's why, so I just think it was my seborrheic dermatitis or whatever. So seborrheic dermatitis is basically like my head as a child, people was thinking it was dandruff. It's not. My skin has always been oily, but so my whole head peels like a snake, period. And I have to make sure I always clean my skin or whatever from the dead skin cells or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You just start peeling and everything like that. Anyway, that's seborrheic dermatitis. And as you get older, it start turning into like sores and nasty shit in your head. Anywho, I thought that's the thing in my face as well. I was saying that was what it was because I was in denial. I didn't want to go to testing, whatever. So I finally did the testing, and I do have the gene.
Is that like how do they test it?
It's just blood work. It's blood work. And so I started eating plant-based from there, and I started feeling a hell of a lot better. My joints started feeling better, and I vape CBD as well.
But couldn't, just from an argument standpoint, elimination diets are great for everybody. So you eliminated stuff from your diet when you went to be vegan, right?
Yes.
One can make the argument you could have had the same results eating just meat.
Not for me though. So my body breaks down plant proteins way better than.
Did you find that out medically?
Yes.
How did you do that?
You go take a test, of course.
I'm saying, what is the process? I'm just curious.
It's blood work, and you sitting in there, and they put you in this little chair. It's weird, but they're studying your body. what it's doing when it's
When you're digesting.
when you're digesting, pretty much. And for me, meat, my body don't break down meat as well as it does plant-based proteins.
Well, that's normal.
And that's how I got out my size. It's plant-based proteins. When I eat meat, I lean out or whatever, and it sits in my system a little.
That's also why you couldn't do very many deadlifts.
You said what?
That's also why you couldn't do very many deadlifts. Because you were eating. You didn't have the energy.
Well, and I was hurting too. Come on, I didn't take a rest day. I did legs 3 days in a row.
I haven't taken a literal rest day. I've been doing 2 days. I've been working out twice a day.
But your
So
legs
one day I didn't do twice a day. I just did one a day.
Your legs aren't as strong as mine though.
Yeah. Because I don't have black steroids in the factory.
Take that up with God.
You have like a third calf muscle and shit.
Take that up with God.
God dang. Keep throwing that in my face. It's not fair. I've been trying for like hell.
What study is it that UNC took to find that out?
I'll get a name.
Bro science.
Nah, to find what the way I break down proteins or my lupus thing. Well, I'll get the name for you when I'll get the name for you. Who asked that question?
Be easy.
Okay, yeah, I get that information. I forgot what it was, but I did hear. I had to figure out when I got that lupus test. I wanted to kind of go further. My sister told me about the things that I can do, and how I should get tested, and I just literally just showed the doctor like I want these tests, and that's when I found out how my body absorbs food.
The protein breakdown.
Yeah, that's how I found out how my body absorbs food and what I can take out because I Googled lupus. I started trying to figure out what's going on, and it's been a lot of studies and testimonials for people who have lupus that they stop eating meat and they go to plant-based diets and they do a lot more better.
Interruption.
They do a lot better, and so I wanted to make sure that was the case for myself. So I went to go get that test done, and that's what they were saying. That's what I learned, that plant-based proteins, my body do better than plant-based things. So that's why I went vegan over vegetarian, cutting out dairy and milk and all that other stuff like that. Stuff I really don't eat anyway.
I don't eat.
So it wasn't that hard, to be honest.
I just tried to stick to red meat.
And I learned how to cook a lot of things too. So, but I ain't gonna lie, like the first 2-3 weeks was terrible. Because you learning how to cook that way. This has to be my daughter. Hello?
Oh.
That's my daughter. That's one of them.
Well. What's wrong with women? So I also think you're vegan because, or I know you're vegan because you're missing hair on one side of your leg.
It's always been like that.
Vegan. Also, your beard's not as great as mine.
What you just call me? I'm at David's house.
Hello. Don't worry, guys. Everything's
I'm not
fine.
sure I
We're
know,
very
but-
professional here in the patio where it's not hot outside.
Okay.
He's got a Lion King tattoo.
All right.
It's pretty cool.
That was my wife saying that she don't want to be stuck in the house with the kids tomorrow.
Hey, we got a birthday party you can come to.
Running her ragged.
No.
Yeah.
Running her
No.
crazy.
His whole family?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's
No.
really rude. See how rude that was?
No, the 14, 11-year-old in Minnesota. So my 18-year-old is here. 18-year-old, 5-year-old, and 1-year-old is here, and his cousin.
Why do you have a Lion King tattoo
What are you talking
on your wrist?
about? It's not a Lion King tattoo.
That is Lion King.
It's not. So my father's Ghanaian.
Right.
And I have dual citizenship. I like going to Ghana.
Right.
And so this is the
Lion King.
tattoo of that. And also, I had an issue
And it's a
a
bonsai
few
tree.
years ago where had some mental health stuff going on. So so that covers up some other stuff too. So it is what it is.
I'm very refraining from saying all the jokes that are in my head. Out of respect. But that is a Lion King tattoo.
It's not.
It fucking is.
It's not.
There's a giraffe, some bonsai trees.
It's not bonsai trees.
They look like bonsai trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lion. A female lion, I think.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's an elephant.
That's not a fucking elephant. Where? That's not an elephant. That's a lion.
It's not a lion.
Well, okay.
There's
But
a lion up here on my arm.
Yeah, it's real small though, because your arms are small. But that is not an elephant, dude.
What is it?
I don't. It looks like an anteater.
Okay.
Look. That's not an elephant, dude.
Okay.
No, man. You gotta get that redone. They fucked you over. That looks like an anteater. Thank you. Look at that. That's an anteater.
Okay.
Is that your nickname? Because you're an ant farm?
No.
Where?
That's anteater.
That's what I thought it was too. First, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Chris was fucking with you.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an elephant.
It's supposed to be. Hey, you know what?
It's kinda hard to do
Let me
when
not
it's so
lie. I'm gonna have to call Chris to see because I got a picture. I'm like, you know what? I just assumed it was. I was like, cause fuck.
That's a better story though.
So it is what it is.
He's got a big ass anteater. It's about the same size as a giraffe. That's awesome. All right. Well, anyway, on to the. You wanted to do Gary's post? You want to talk about some of that?
You can't.
There's a shit ton, so I don't know where. Here, I'll let you.
I told you we can tackle that whole reparations thing.
Yeah, we grazed over it earlier, or glanced over it, but we didn't dive into it. I'll let you talk, because
So
you'll be able to describe better than I can.
Here's the thing I just want to kind of get out the way with this whole reparations thing. For people who believe like we shouldn't have to take our tax dollars and pay people blah blah blah. Understand something? People, we ain't nobody asking y'all for anything. We're not asking no person. It's a government debt that the government needs to pay, not normal people. Understand? That's a big difference, misconception, and it's not.
Well,
we don't want your money.
But how does the government pay for it? If it's not
Same
us?
thing. That same how the reason how they pay for the damn coronavirus.
Print money.
Make it happen.
What does that do though? How's that help?
Here's the thing. This is just me. If it was me, I would pay. You want to know why? Because then it would shut people up. You have nothing else to say to me no more about anything racial and Because you know what? You got your money. Meaning reparations is to make whole, to heal. You've been made whole. We ain't got to do this no more. It would be no more social justice stuff going on. You're gonna have to do none of that. You got your bread. It's over. You know what I'm saying? And I'll take it here with this whole Democrat Republican thing. If you're a Republican, conservative, and you're against reparations, what you are is really a liberal. And I'll explain. All right? Because Republicans were for reparations at the beginning. Way back when you studied the 40 acres and a mule, all right, to get black people to fight into that Civil War, the general, who was a Republican, they promised 40 acres and a mule for reparations for black people, right? You know who vetoed that? Democrats. So Republicans, conservatives that's against reparations now, what you are liberals.
But let me ask you a
Point
question.
of view.
This always gets thrown out that, not necessarily in regards to that, but they say that Republicans and Democrats switched at some point. Some say that didn't actually happen. It's very confusing to me.
Don't know, don't care. I know at that point in time who vetoed it and why they vetoed it. And so now you got more Republicans who are vetoing it. So that means a switch is happening. Y'all are liberals.
They vetoed? Was there an actual bill?
Yeah, it was a thing. So that was going to happen.
No,
because of
recently.
No, recently I don't know about recently. But you know, that's just, Republicans are the main points that you get pushback on that with.
Right.
You know, we didn't have slaves, and there's nobody here that were slaves, and blah 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 blah. Well, I'm like, look, that's why Republicans are really. I ain't even just say Republicans. I'm saying Republicans and Democrats. I think they're all losers and stupid people. For the simple reason is they don't know the history of their own parties when it comes to black people. Which y'all don't really know the history of black people a lot either. So let me not say that. Maybe that's just what it is. Maybe that's how the government and society kind of likes it. You keep the society pretty much ignorant about the true history of everyone, then we can keep fighting. We can keep all this fighting and this division.
I think it needs to come from the corporations that actually benefit from it. I think it would go over better.
What?
The reparations. Because there's direct companies that you can point to that.
You could.
So I feel like it should come from them, and not necessarily in a form of pay necessarily, because I feel like that would just be wasted.
Well, if you look at the economics of this country, what really fueled the economics of this country, you'll be remiss to find that slavery's not in there, but it's in there. It is what it is.
Oh, you say tax cuts, like maybe you don't have to pay taxes for a while. That'd be done.
I've said that. I think that'll be pretty dope to me. Or what you can do is
yeah, you would benefit
the
way more
money,
than most.
the money that we will pay in taxes. Let's just put that back into infrastructure in the neighborhoods.
Or it's like, or like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got. I'm all for that. You ain't got to give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I said often. I don't need anything from white people. I'm okay. Or you know what I'm saying? Or the government. I just need the government out of my business and lessen my taxes and what I got to pay out. So I'm with that. Not paying taxes and putting that tax money into the infrastructure of those low-income neighborhoods that happen to be populated by mostly in the inner city by mostly black people.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll work out very well.
How do you decide who gets it though?
Here's the thing: if it was me in charge of all of this to make that decision, what I would do, I would give y'all money and have whoever y'all say that y'all leaders are, whoever black people consider their leaders, give them your money or whatever, or disperse it like you disperse taxes, like that. Here, take y'all money, do what y'all go do. How about, I mean, they did it with stimulus, the stimulus thing or whatever. So obviously people who pay taxes and all that, and you just make a website, make sure y'all put y'all information in so y'all can get y'all check. Government can send it all out, be done with it. That's what I'm saying. And then at that point, we wouldn't even have to argue because being in reparations is to make whole and to heal.
Well, how much money would it be though? You think?
I'm not fighting. I don't know. I don't know how they would calculate that.
It'd have to be a lot, wouldn't it? I feel like.
What the lady say? It'd be how much $1 trillion it'd be, or billions of dollars,
Yeah.
or whatever that case may be. Divvy that up, put it out as a stimulus or whatever you want to call it. Release people their funds. Like seriously, I'd be like, y'all ain't got shit to say to me now. If I was government and I had to keep having these racial conversations about reparations, about making people whole, about slavery and everything, to mute all that, to dead all that, you know what? Let's just make this money. Because here's the thing. This is why I don't understand it. Because they say black folks, the most money goes through our hands as a group, $1 trillion group, and we're the biggest consumers ever. So we would stimulate the economy with the damn money. If that's the case, wait for to get them. All you have to do with the money is get it and spend it, put it right back in the hands of who? White people, right? So us getting the money benefits you, and when it come down to it, because if the statistics and all that is right, we ain't gonna do nothing but spend it. So at this point, you kill. Look at that. You make a lot of money, and now it's like, look, you can't talk to me no more about social justice issues and all that other stuff because you've been made whole. Boom. Did a lot of conversations.
I don't really care either way, to be honest with you. I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm with you.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I just think more people should have more people should be open to conversation. It shouldn't make people mad.
That's what I don't understand when people get offensive.
You just think about it. Like, it just doesn't make sense why there wouldn't be.
If I say I want reparations, I'm not asking David, I need you to pay me for somebody you might have been related to or what, I don't know. That's retarded. That's not, if I want I'm not asking that at all. This is a government debt.
I don't even know.
Period.
I don't even know.
This is not a taxpayer's debt. And that's why I think a lot of people need to stop getting conflated. You know what I'm saying? And I wish they would stop getting census like that and anything like that. Like we want humans, other citizens, to pay this debt. That's stupid.
Easy.
I didn't know if he was talking to him or Brody.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I have a quick question. Am I allowed to log into my PS4?
Yeah. Play Fortnite. You should be playing a real game, not Fortnite.
My friend wants me to play Fortnite.
I don't give a shit about your friend. Play a real game.
Sorry.
Like Horizon Zero Dawn,
Sorry.
God of War,
Sorry.
The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima. It's kind of samurai sword.
Why aren't you wearing your hat?
I was wearing my hat, then I got hot.
Well, this was a good talk.
Go away. You're
I
so
with it.
fucking
Not only like they said not true tax cuts are allocated as part of the budget. The money that goes back to the corporations gets reallocated into the budget.
I think he's talking to Brody.
Here's the thing.
Whatever Brody was.
Yeah, they weren't talking to us. So I did all that for you. I apologize.
Gotcha.
All right, so back onto read here. I'll let you decide since you know pre-production man. That doesn't do pre-production. Read one of those and bring it up. And we'll talk about it. Since we're the most professional podcast on the planet.
He also got another one. He said people who have never been to college should pay the debts of college students who took out huge loans for their degrees.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's a complicated issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the history, man, I wish more people need to watch the damn podcast with Rogan and is it Peter Schiff?
Yeah.
Man, that dude, he's an economist and he went ham on the history of America and how corrupt everything is and broken the system is. And he talks about that. But there's also been other people that talked about college in general. It's gone up, I think, in the last 50 years, 1,000% in tuition fees and stuff because of Democratic policies, according to him, that the government started backing the student loans, and so that money was guaranteed, and so over time the colleges started building up their staff and whatnot to reflect on the guaranteed money. And so if you go and all of a sudden just erase that college debt, you're essentially just crippling the entire higher education system. I went to college for a hot semester, and then one of the professors asked me to go spell a word on the board, and I said, fuck this, and I left, because that's bullshit. So I don't, you know. But yeah, I don't know. If you're going to school for gender studies and you spend $100 grand, why the fuck are we letting you off? It's crazy. I don't understand that at all. It's not my thing. I don't think that should happen. It also sucks though. I mean, I know that people, you know, suffer greatly from having college debt, but you know, it is what it is.
I ran up $91,000 in college debt. I finished college for my children, to be honest, so they can see that you finish what you start. Do I believe in college? No, I do not believe in college.
Depending on the field.
Depending on the field. I have told my children, man, the only thing that I'm paying for is tech, robotics, and engineering. That's the only college education I'm funding. Anything else they're gonna have to make it make sense economically to me.
I told my kids that I am not paying for none of it, so they better do good school, because daddy broke.
So yeah, they have to make it make sense to me. They gotta make the numbers work. Cause here's the thing, ain't no point in you paying $100,000 for education you making $30,000 to $40,000 a year. That's stupid.
Very.
That's seriously stupid.
And there's a lot of people that did that. They got communications degrees and stuff, and they're out here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think we should like not make them pay that back? Like just erase college debt?
I got duality with that. If they go erase college debt, I would like a form where I can send my payment receipts. I would like my $91,000 back.
So what about me who didn't really go to college? I just nothing. That's you know what I mean? Like,
You didn't go, so
right, but who's paying for that? Somebody has to cover. Somebody has to take on that debt.
why somebody got to take on that?
It's just going to go away magically.
If one thing some people should have realized at this point, especially with this pandemic, is the value of money. Really, currency don't mean shit. Really, if we looking at it correctly, you know what I mean?
That's part of the problem.
Exactly. So people, we put the value on money at this point. This pandemic definitely should show people that the money or the value of our money, it really don't mean anything. It really doesn't. If that was the case, and everybody was so worried about it, y'all wouldn't be approving and championing Trump for his large ass deficit that he's been creating, because it's not conservative at all.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And if we could, no matter what, the country was in a hard place and we just made money just appear. We just made it appear.
It's going to come back. Well, according to Peter Schiff, that's just going to come back and it's going to cause on top of everything else, it's going to be an economic collapse that's worse than the Great Depression, and we're like on the brink of it.
Why is that? So
the 3-hour podcast to answer that question.
This value of this money. It seemed like during the pandemic, money didn't mean shit. The value of it didn't mean anything.
I have no idea. I don't know what you mean by that.
When it came down to it, when everybody figured we was about to die, basically, did people really care? At the end of the day,
I never really felt like I was gonna die.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, sort of.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it is what it is.
I feel real dumb right now. My brain's exhausted. I've been digging holes.
Because of all the stuff he's smoking in his brain, injecting in his ass. That sounds pretty weird, but.
Pause. You say a lot of gay things.
Yeah,
Pause.
I could be coming out the closet.
There it is. You change your legs, or part of your legs anyway.
Nope, that's just natural, buddy.
It's not natural to not have hair on one part of your leg.
It's very
It's
natural.
weird.
It's natural.
No.
It is.
It looks like you did wax right there. For no reason.
Wax on, wax off.
Did you find another one that you liked?
What's crazy, I was reading this little thing he put on here at the bottom.
It's not, he didn't write all that. That's one of those stupid Facebook, like, copy and paste things. He agree.
Yeah. It was so weird. It reads, I am not racist, nor have I ever been.
And if you start out that way,
Do I agree with slavery? Absolutely not. Should I be held accountable for others' actions just because I'm white and they did that to African American slaves? Absolutely not. I don't blame anyone for anything. I have a lot of black friends, but I don't see them as black friends. I see them as equals, as brothers and sisters of mine. Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter what color, race, creed, sexual preference you are.
Let me pause right there. So you don't know him, you haven't met him yet. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and he genuinely means that. But as you're reading that, it comes across very white, liberal, Black Lives Matter movement. That's what it sounds like. But when you met him, you would like him a lot. But I'm saying, like, that post in itself, people copy and pasting that around. Mm-hmm. I know some of the people that have done it, and you're like, you're fucking like, some of these people, you're like, yeah, I don't talk to you for a fucking reason, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, but he's not one of those people, but like, that just reads bad.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm gonna say with this.
I don't think he wrote any of that. I think he truly.
Right, it's a copy and pasting. Yeah.
With this, that whole little thing that I'm not racist. Slavery is bad. Here's the thing. I'm a person like this. If you think something was bad, then you should also feel like that group should be made whole. If you know it was bad, why not make that group whole?
I don't disagree.
You see what I'm saying? So it can't be like, oh, I recognize it was bad, but I don't want to pay. It's like, first of all, like I said, that's how you kill that. We're not asking you to pay you anything. This is a government that should not be transferred to regular citizens. Period. Period.
Period with a T.
And if Democrats would have just let us have our 40 acres and a mule back when, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
You're really into that mule thing. What the fuck you gonna do with a mule?
I don't know, but that's why I buy acreage now. I buy acres of land now. Me and my group, because I told my elders, I said, you know what? I told my elders, I said, fuck this government and everything they got, whatever they promised, Democrat, Republican. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get y'all 40 acres and a mule. That's why I buy acres of land.
Just do a llama instead.
Because here's the thing, man. I'm not asking government or white people for anything. I don't need it. I'll go out there and get it myself.
I had to spot you once when you were doing squats.
Well, you had to spot me. That's it. No, anything else? No.
No. Not that I can think of.
Nothing to revolve in reparations.
I'll come up with something.
Oh, maybe we can count your reparations as your dad's cooking. Yes.
Well, he did. I didn't do that.
So yeah.
Well, I was in between.
So Senior Maddox, your dad is cleared, buddy. Your dad is cleared. You don't owe nobody nothing. Just keep cooking. David, on the other hand, hey.
I'm telling you, dude, I really want.
He mixed me up with another black guy. I'm feeling a little bit of you feeling some type of way about that.
That was great.
So
that should be our channel picture. Is your that one? I still have to save my phone. I'm going to use it in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how yet, but it's my favorite picture. It's great. Your My Pillow picture.
Yeah. I had just got my new phone. I was like, I did the whole
portrait
thing. It was
a very Drakey.
Yeah, it was kind of light skinned. It was.
Resurrection said, "Hit me up when Dad is making a pork shoulder."
Yeah.
Hey, man, the man was killing me.
Resurrection also does. Don't you have a food truck? You were supposed to come down here, but I think coronavirus came out or something. He's supposed to come down here with the food truck he's got. I was looking forward to that, or maybe I missed it. But
whenever you cook that fish again or some tacos, you know what? Whatever. You know what? Look, I don't eat pork. That's about it. Really. But anything else you cook?
And his ribs are fucking.
Well, make it beef then. I don't know. I ain't gonna eat no pork. You gonna kill me?
Man.
You trying to kill me?
Wait, so when we go hunt hog stew, you're not gonna eat it?
No.
That's more for me. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
you can have that. Oh, that ain't my thing. That ain't my bag.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat it. It's bad. But it can be very good. But pork does get old after a while. Because I had a lot of pork chops once when I was trying to gain weight. I was eating a lot of pork chops, and that shit got old to me.
I'm good. Not my thing.
What was it? There's another one that you wanted to talk about, or a couple of them actually. I feel like, I don't know, those copy paste things that people do on Facebook. I hate Facebook. Twitter's fun because people get, it's a crazy place. It's like crazy. It's like Wild West. People on Twitter are nuts, but like Be Easy's a good dude. I've been hanging out with that dude for a long time via online. He's like a pen pal. But Felicia blocked his ass because they were having like a dispute.
Oh, he got crazy in Twitter class.
He
can't get crazy in Twitter class.
I don't feel like he got crazy. He was just he was having, I thought when I saw it was a healthy debate. She was just like all of a sudden like, I'm done. I guess because he was, in her eyes, was misinterpreting what she said. But yeah, it was funny. So yeah, my people were beefing. But you know, Twitter's great though. I watched it and I enjoyed it.
One of his other friends actually hates my guts.
Don't bring up.
I know. But yeah, this is kind of, I ain't gonna say a weird guy, but yeah. David got some very interesting friends.
I actually grew up with him.
That leans heavily to the left.
I had more left people on my timeline than everybody. Yeah, but everybody
so,
is left on my.
I am a Black American who does not lean left at all.
You're more right leaning, right?
I'm more of a right leaning. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're anti-left more than anything.
I'm very anti-left.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Is there parts of the left that you're on board with though, like policy-wise?
How can I put this correctly?
Not me.
Humanity would say yes, right? But how I got that thing, how I can watch slave movies or, them black movies where it's back in the day and you see all the racism and prejudice and everything like that, how I get angry, that's the type of attitude and rage I have for white Democrats. Or Democrats, period.
I want to sit him down, Jason.
Because here's the thing, damn it. And this goes for both sides. I think both sides are anti-black people. If you look at the history of it, and that's what I love talking to Republicans too. They were like, "No, we freed the slaves. We freed you guys. We did you guys a solid."
I like the white guy voice.
But it's like, then you start bringing up Lily Whites, and they don't know what the hell the Lily White movement is.
The hell's a Lily White?
So, black people was the Republican Party was party of black people pretty much back in the 1860s and all that, right?
None of this makes. I've never heard of it
Right.
before.
Here, let me just show you. Let me just do this real quick. Really quick. Here you go. Let me let you read it. This is from TexasOnline.org.
I ain't gonna call it. I'm not very good at reading out loud.
So basically, the Lily Whites was Republicans who were anti-black people. They wanted to get all the black people out of the Republican Party because they wanted more white support. So black people had to go. They didn't want to be known as the nigger party.
You don't know the Lily Whites.
You know about that? You don't know fuck all that history. How do you know about it?
I remember that. It rings a bell.
You thought Saddam Hussein killed all the Jews.
So
No,
for
I-
Republicans to constantly round this high horse of they are for black people, they support black people, you're a fucking liar.
I'm trying to read this, but I'm also listening to you, and so I'm just like basically seeing the words that you're saying.
And what's crazy is a lot of y'all don't know. That's how the ignorance of the parties.
It says blacks a lot.
And
You don't like that word.
Hell no, I don't like blacks. I'm a black person. I'm a black people. Don't call me no damn black. I swear here's the thing. It's pray for the person I'm talking to ever say that to me in person. It's gonna be an assault. I would slap the shit out of you.
Every time when you first told me about that, I noticed every time I typed black, like somebody asked me if which did I like the new PS5 better, black or white? Because somebody did like a rendering of it all black.
Yeah.
I typed in black because the black one looked good, and it came out blacks. And ever since then, my phone is racist as hell now because it only ever says blacks. It never says singular. It's always plural. I was
Really?
like, yeah. Ever since then, I swear to you.
That check mark.
God dang.
Blacks.
That shit's funny. But yeah.
But no, I'm big on this. No matter who you support, whether you left or right, you should really know the history of your party. You know what I'm saying? That's through and through. That way, cause I hate the pitches to black people. These political pitches to black people that we are your saviors. We on your team. We're your allies. No, you're not. And that's when my language gets bad.
You also dictate the elections though.
And it's like that's why I'm neither. You know what I'm saying? I right lean honestly because I was raised on conservative values. It had nothing to do with politics. I didn't know it was had to do with politics. I would say it's about 2 years ago, really. The how they matched up.
I never associated the Republican Party with conservative in my head. Like before
I separate the two because they are two different people type of.
Because like if you look at the Republican Party, they're always about war and want to spend a bunch of money. They're not conservative at all in regards to war or anything like that, or send reparations to Jerusalem.
Yeah. So here's the thing, like I will go about in a healthy way to correct conservatism, but I don't have that healthy dialogue really to correct liberalism. Because like I said, I look at them totally different.
Brody said you're always getting mad, like you're an angry black man.
No, I don't get mad. I'm actually pretty calm. Y'all ain't seen me mad.
I've never seen you mad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make you mad one day. It's my goal.
The closest I've ever been mad is probably the first time he let that B word come out of his mouth towards me. That's probably the closest I've ever been mad on this podcast.
Oh, that's so funny.
On this podcast or with David or whatever.
I said you were a bitch mate or something. You had like a twitch. You're like, it's so fucking funny. I didn't say anything then, but I knew. I was like, oh, I forget. He's one of those guys that doesn't like that. And I knew it right then and there. But then my initial thought was, I need to say it more because it's funny. But I just met you. I didn't feel like I was ready for that yet.
Right. But otherwise, like I've never been angry, especially on the podcast. Like it takes a lot. You know when I'm upset.
Wait until we start doing PRs. When we're doing strongman shit and it's a lift you can't do. I'll just wait. Bitch is coming out. And I'm gonna be screaming at you. I'm gonna hit you on the back of your neck, and you're gonna get mad as shit, and you're gonna put that motherfucker up.
It's assault.
Yeah, it is.
So now you're assaulting me.
Yes. But you will also get your personal record, and you're gonna be real happy, and we'll give hugs and high fives. I have video proof. I can show you.
It sounds like some white shit.
It is 100. Well, it's powerlifting.
Right home.
Well, I got a.
Yeah, true.
See, I'm fine with powerlifting. I got my size from that. I realized I wasn't trying to get cut no more and all the craziness because I'm growing taller. I'm only 5'10", so I'm like, I might as well get stocky.
I feel like you're sometimes not 5'10". Like when I was wearing my toe shoes and you were wearing those, you were taller than me. And I'm 6 foot.
Maybe I'm growing.
What it is.
Or maybe you're shrinking.
No, what it is like in your black steroids, sometimes your body will just do things to be better than me, no matter what. So like that day, your body was like, fuck, I'm gonna be taller than you.
It could be.
Because like when we were running, I was like looking up at you, like, this is some bullshit. You didn't notice it. I noticed it. I'm racist now. It's fucked up. All the okay, here's the thing. People get mad about transgenders in sports. Here's the thing. Bear with me. This came to mind. It's funny to me. If you get mad about transgenders, like a man being in a women's sport, you also have to be mad about black people in sports.
What?
Same advantage.
Negative.
Oh, that's so funny. What was the last foot race a white guy won? Go ahead, I'll wait. In the Olympics or something. See? Same thing. Name one woman that could be a dude in a race.
Those are natural. It's natural things.
Natural. I mean, I'm just saying. According to them, it's natural too.
No.
Yeah, because it's a woman, right? Woman's brain in a man's body.
We're using what we were naturally given from conception of.
Well, but God gave them a female brain and a male body.
Well, take that up with the Creator. Transgender should not be doing sports with women, men, whatever. Sorry.
So let me ask you
Do
this.
sports with what you were born with.
Let me ask you this, because I was thinking about this the other day. What if, so my daughter wrestles, the one that's always walking around half naked, it makes me angry.
It's so weird.
She wrestles, so let's say a transgender is now one of her opponents coming up. I, as a father, immediately go, fuck that. But then if she wants to wrestle him, Where do you go with that? As a father of a daughter.
So dude's just trying to get his feel on.
I feel the same way, but if she wants to, your daughter wants to, can you say anything at that point?
Me no.
I mean, obviously you can say something. I'm saying, where do you stand?
If she was cut, like it all depends. It depends on my child. If my child is one of those ones who is going to be, I know after if that she would kind of be defeated, if it would mess up her mindset with all of that, then I would say no. I would be adamant and I would stick to that and say no.
Yeah, but then she'll have the what if in her mind.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, but that can eat away at you for a long time.
But I don't want her walking around with a spirit of defeat either.
That's easier to fix though.
For some people.
No.
Like I said, depending on the kid.
What if is not easy to fix. There's always a what if. But with a loss, you learn from it.
What if you can go back and fix it? Really,
you can go back and wrestle.
You can do a do-over. You know what I'm saying? But a defeated mind, that's mental health. That can go years.
Yeah, but that's some teaching though, because you should never feel defeated, especially in sports. You always learn and grow from it.
But a defeated mind goes into other parts of your life. Though.
It can if you don't have good mentors and fathers.
That might mess around and birth feminism into my child and a whole bunch of other shit.
Well, don't you kind of want that though?
No.
Why?
Feminism today?
No, but just in general. Yeah, because the fourth wave feminism is what we have now. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not with that. But the old school one, I am.
Now here's the thing, like I want my girls to know that they are women. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to be empowered and everything. I don't want them to be weird. Just like I want my boys to know that they're boys, and you have personal responsibilities to women, and things like that of that sort. I guess if you want to say gender roles, call it gender roles. Which is, I wouldn't even say that because in my household,
that's a social construct.
We don't even go on gender roles because if we talk about gender roles, I cook, I clean.
No, gender roles in my house is if daddy don't feel like doing it, you're doing it. I don't give a shit. Like she mows the yard sometimes. She does a shit ass job at it, but she does it. You know. But also Brody, go fuck yourself because he's always talking about how much he loves you. That's white guilt. Why don't you love me?
Brody's not white.
He's not. He's a white picture in this fucking thing. Are you serious? That's just confusing as fuck. What is it?
Why do you think you look white?
I don't know. I've never clicked on it before. He just looks like a white guy.
You look like a white guy?
Yep.
So you think Mexicans look white?
Well, it's a black and white picture. How the hell am I supposed to tell?
That's Brody what he is.
Brody, are you white? Oh wait, there's a delay. Oh, Charles is in the chat. Hey, buddy. He's gonna come down to us too. You're gonna love him. Y'all are on the same like tax bracket. He's the one with the Lamborghini.
You with the Lamborghini?
And he's got ARs out there. Dude, tell you, y'all gonna be best buds.
I had this conversation, man, about this whole Lamborghini thing. I was supposed to buy this vehicle. He's what?
Huh?
What did he say?
I wasn't talking to you.
Is Brody white?
He never said anything.
I've been putting off getting a Lamborghini for years. I've used my two daughters as my thing not to. The truth is, that is on my bucket list to get, just to have one.
You should get a Countach.
But I know for me, it's gonna lead to something totally different. I like cars. I like going fast. So,
can you drive one of your cars over next time, please? I've yet to see one of your cool cars. Or at least something. Your Impala? That motherfucker's.
Yeah. So I was supposed to buy me a Lamborghini 5 years ago, then 1 year ago. I keep popping out children, so that keeps taking up I'm taking it as a sign, like maybe I'm gonna be doing something stupid in these cars. Cause look, I don't think you should buy supercars and not drive the fuck out of them. And I think Texas roads is the perfect place for that.
No.
So going from the dealership, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing $150.
Yeah, but dude, have you ever been to a real road course?
Yes. And also, I'm actually past the Lamborghini. Is he still on there? I'm looking for a McLaren. I want a McLaren. But what I want to do, I want to drive to Houston and pick it up and drive it back to Dallas.
You get on that new toll road? Man.
And I want to floor that one. So I think it has better materials. I think their dashboard, their display, their HUD is way better. Their cockpit is way better. But it's a McLaren. I mean, it's McLaren.
See what it said?
See, it's a McLaren. And so what I did with my Lamborghini money is I bought my 12.5 acres. And it wasn't all of it, but it's like I found I put it somewhere else. I put it somewhere else because I just I know myself. I have an addictive personality. He knows at this point, like with the gun thing, I would just go.
Yeah,
I would just go.
When are you gonna get to the point where you buy an automatic? Because I want to shoot one of those.
Whenever I want to sign up for that paper for the ATF.
Yeah, you need to do that because I want to shoot one of those.
So yeah, I'm Lamborghini thing. I'm waiting because at this point, we enter in that cycle where Lamborghini's about to switch their body styles, and with McLaren doing what it's doing, with trying to beat everybody out the box, like even with that 765 they just made, I'm hoping Lamborghini has a response to that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I want a bull. I want a bull just to have it in the garage. Because I told myself in my 20s, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get me a Lamborghini. And this is my, you made it, and you okay.
The problem is that their Lamborghini is also, they're owned by Volkswagen, who also owns Bugatti.
I love
and so they put the Lamborghinis on reserve to make the Bugatti faster.
I'm a Volkswagen guy. My fastest car right now is my Volkswagen GTI. I love Volkswagen groups, Audi, all of that, Rolls Royce, Lamborghini. When I found out the Volkswagen GTI was half of the Lamborghini engine, bought it, purchased, yeah, purchased.
It's not big enough, is it?
They just cut it in half.
Yeah, but I thought, I guess they're narrow.
The power and everything, yeah. So they just took the Lamborghini engine, cut it in half, put it in the GTI.
That's cool.
So I hurried up and bought that. Done deal.
They also got a good note. They got a good note to them as well.
And then when I got down here, I started putting the knives on it and everything. I'm like, went crazy. But anyway, yeah. So McLaren's probably it, but I want a bull, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I want a McLaren just to say I have one. You know what I'm saying?
I have a really shitty Chevy truck that he knows how to fix and hasn't provided any guidance.
But otherwise,
he ignores me.
Racing, I'm a Euro guy. I am. And lowriders. That's what I do. That's my thing.
He could be lying too, because I've never seen any of it. So keep that in mind.
Mind you, he's never been to my place of racing.
Yeah, how rude is that?
So, because in his head I live too far.
Yes.
Which I did. So, but yeah.
You like to drive. It's weird.
But I like to drive, so I come his way all the time.
You're like you should work for FedEx.
And I had AC. So.
That's not a shot at my vehicle. My vehicle didn't have AC. God damn. I swear, you are the worst.
So yeah, but hopefully I get him out on the land pretty soon.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
And that way, you know, he'll see the car. When we get on the land, you'll see the cars. Cause then I'll get
your own garage.
Get my shot. Yeah, I'll get my shot for it. So I'll be able to put all my cars in there.
Well, how big is the garage? Shit.
Well, I'm doing a shop. I ain't doing a garage. So it's going. The house will be. The house will have 3-car garage on it, but I'm doing a separate shop for my car because I build my cars. Especially my old cars. Anything old, my lowriders or even American Muscle. The only American Muscle I trust and like is old cars. Newer ones, no. And I build all that stuff. So myself.
Resurrection was wanting to be on the next podcast. The problem is we haven't really discussed doing internet stuff as far as like having somebody call in or whatever. We're trying to keep it more in person because we can vibe better that way. I feel like
we could set it up. I did a podcast when I did the call in. It actually went pretty well. David has an ego. He won't let me pay for anything.
Oh right, yes.
And so to get us a better camera, to get us better microphones and everything, laptop and all that stuff that we need to make this streamless and pretty dope. He won't let me do. Maybe it's not ego, maybe it's pride, maybe it's stupidity. I don't know. Maybe it's all three.
Was that a Neanderthal joke?
No. He just has his things like, I don't want any handouts, blah blah blah. I don't want you to pay for anything because we're not making any money and we don't know.
Yeah, because I believe in pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's just my bootstraps broke a long time ago, so
The
kind of
Different
screwed.
white guilt.
The bootstrap thing.
It's a what?
Birdie's a different white guilt.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not a race thing. It's just it's a.
Sure. He's
It's
like,
a-
well, I would damn if I let that black pay for anything. For
I would grant you that if you also didn't see me turn down several other people offered. So yeah. There's
being
that.
weird, man. He being so weird.
Okay, so
He wouldn't even let me go to start a GoFundMe so we can get him an AR-15.
right, that's stupid.
Man, the 2A community would take care of you.
Right, but that feels really wrong when there's like single mothers out there that need help. As an example, like they need AR more than I do. I've got a lot of liberal stuff in me.
Listen, man.
What is that?
That was in the couch.
Random female undergarments.
I was looking for this before we went to the beach.
Jesus. Oh, it's brutal being me.
Did Brody ever say what he was?
No, I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Can we get a garage party? We have a lot of plans. Obviously we have the Noobs of Liberty section of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
We also need help with y'all. Maybe y'all can come up with some cool shit for the name. We need to rename the channel, and it's not under my name anymore. But yeah, we have the gun stuff that we're doing. And again, we already have a guest set up he's a retired Marine recon sniper who also does tactical training. He's supposed to be training us very soon. Are we still working for Sunday for your birthday? Or do you have plans on that day?
Yeah. We're going to do it next week.
You never even reached out to him though, did you?
I haven't.
Okay, wait. So he and I will be getting trained together. I've already been once, but we're gonna go together. That company has already agreed to be on the podcast. They actually hit me up today asking about it. So we postponed that because we didn't want to do it with this current setup. So we're postponing it until we get quality cameras and lights. But that's gonna be a dope podcast, all about guns and whatnot. And then we also do. I'm assuming we'll do car stuff at some point, since you have so much.
I would think so. I would hope so.
Because you're gonna do like you'll have a build coming up or something that we could, show.
Right now, I'm in the middle of my 84 Camino build. So that's what I'm doing right
And you're
now.
against the Mexican throw. I'm gonna change your mind on that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. After I do that one, I'm doing the 65 Wildcat. It's a Buick. So.
Yeah, so there'll be some car stuff there, and then obviously my channel still has some gaming stuff here and there, and then we'll have the fitness stuff. Fitness is hard to capture on a channel. Like we'll do some.
Well, you know what's crazy is we can actually set. Y'all got the camera things in there. We can just probably just set up our camera.
I've done it before, but it always feels like I don't like. I mean, I don't know. And I don't know what what we would do, as far as like filming workout stuff, other than being funny, talking shit to each other. But
hey, we just two guys bonding to each other, with each other,
and we're gonna just bring you all along with the ride,
and really blowing that whole divide thing out of the water. I'm still down this hill forever. There is no racial divide, man. Don't let people lie to you with this whole, oh my God, everything's divided with
sort
division.
of. See, like you're in my house, and you've seen like my extended family's houses.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to your house yet, so there's still a divide there.
Because you don't like to drive.
Yes, it's true. All right, take it back.
So David texted me this morning, texted me today. He said, you know what? You should build us a gym. I said, yes, I thought about that, but you have to drive my way. He said, oh, fuck that. He said, never mind.
I'm not driving an hour, bro, like to go work out.
So understand, when I come out here and I kick it with Dave, or even at his parents' house or whatever, I'm driving at the minimum at 45 minutes.
Fuck that. I would never do that.
So you got to think, even after our workouts, we just in there killing it. I have a 48-minute drive.
Shaky ass leg the whole time.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
See, and so it's like, hey, and then when we get out there in Godly, when the land is done, that adds 32 minutes on the drive.
And is Waxahachie closer or further from you when we go to the
Right. So if I leave my house to go to Waxahachie, 43 minutes.
So about the same.
So
Okay.
So I sacrifice time, I could be doing inappropriate, nasty things to my wife. I sacrifice all of those things to come kick it with Dave. And sometimes, because of her frustration with the kids, see, I don't get none. See? And so now I'm sexually frustrated. Why? Because I'm coming to kick it with the white folks.
Good. Because I'm not getting it either, so different reasons. My wife's a vampire and can't have sex unless it's 4 a.m.
Well, you better get up at 4 a.m.
Dude, it's
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That's fucking ridiculous.
You gotta do what you gotta do, because I would have been up. You say what? Alarm clock went off. Well, sex time.
Brody's trying to talk in code, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You can't just say black or white, he needs to talk in code. He apparently replied, but I don't know what he's talking about. Let me see it.
Me and Brody speak Spanish.
So lots of people speak Spanish.
Well, we Mexican.
Now you're Mexican?
Hey, here's what we
Fucking
are.
confusing.
Now we talk about the UFOs and Pentagon.
Oh, the UFOs and the Pentagon thing. I haven't read any of it, but
Cultural appropriation, Brody.
I feel like it's a distraction. I don't know, a distraction from what. But the fact that nobody's talking about it in general is weird.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Fucking aliens.
What about?
Did you not see the Pentagon Papers confirming that they have an alien ship and shit?
No.
Yeah, it came out, was it yesterday or the day before?
Really?
Yeah, dude. See what I'm saying? This is okay. If that is
U.S. government, how much do I have to pay to come see it?
right, that I'll let you pay for. I will fucking be there. But I have a question. If we are to believe that's true, if we're supposed to take their word for it that they have alien technology, okay, not of this world, is I think how they put it. That's the most important information in human history.
Where'd you get it from? When? How long have you had it?
Right. Because that kind of confirms Bob Lazar's whole thing.
Are you trying to reverse engineer it?
Right, Bob Lazar, still. But again, the fact that that's the most important information that we as humans have ever heard, ever, period. I don't think there's an argument outside of that. How's nobody talking about this? And we're still talking about goddamn Antifa and shit. Who gives a flying fuck about any of this nonsense going on in America when we have aliens?
Hey, if y'all got alien technology, trying to disarm America with gun laws is stupid.
Oh, hell, fuck, dude. We ain't, our little ARs ain't gonna do a goddamn thing to no damn alien.
Whatever. Give me a chance.
Goddamn, man, that's fucking crazy, dude. Like, I don't even, I don't know, but it's crazy that it's out there. Even if it's not, even if it's complete bullshit and just a distraction, the simple fact that a government is acknowledging aliens is insanity, and nobody's talking about it. We're talking about Chaz and shit.
So Area 51. I got questions now. Ooh, I got questions.
Man,
wait a minute. Can we see it?
Yeah, they're releasing footage from aircraft stuff.
Is it flying? Is it crashed?
They haven't said the details yet.
I got
That's what I've seen.
What color is it? Was something in it? What was in it? It had to be. You can't tell me.
You didn't watch the Bob Lazar stuff.
You can't tell me that an alien ship just came down here by itself. If it
drones?
did, wouldn't you think it's a bomb? So, you know, we ain't finna go down this road. We just gonna stay.
Did you not hear about the?
No, man. I've been on the land.
So you didn't hear about in 1974 during the heat or the pinnacle of the I guess I'd say the climax of the Cold War, how they had UFOs fly over our missile silos, several of them at the same time, and in Russia at the same time, brought the missile silos up, started the launch codes, the missiles started getting, and then they shut them down and flew away. And the same thing happened in Russia at the exact same time. That's government documents.
I'm not the UFO guy.
The fuck?
But,
dude, has Alan been right about everything? Like, straight up, if everything that man said that night on podcast number 3 comes out and it's true, I quit. I quit. Because he can't be right about all this. There's no way. That man cannot be right about all of this.
Why you can't?
Did you hear the shit he was saying?
I did.
Fucking Nazis on the dark side of the moon, and lizard people, and hollow moon, and...
If y'all go back and watch that podcast, it's hilarious. You see my facial expressions, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then you see me switch, because I'm like this, fuck it, let's go with it.
Brody said he's white, dude.
Brody, you're not white. You're not white to me, we Mexican. We Mexican, bro.
I think he just called you a silverback gorilla. Or he's on me. I don't know.
No, it could be talking about you.
I don't know.
I love the silverback.
I don't know.
Interesting. No, bro, we culture appropriate, man. We stole a whole language.
I can't speak Spanish. It's a hard language. Even though it's easier than English, I failed that shit 3 years in a row.
Silver Sky's the gorilla.
Oh. Well, there you go.
He really is. He is.
I'm not.
But you are.
Why do you say he's have a little wiener?
Hey, bro, I don't know. I don't know that information.
Gorillas have little wieners. I just figured.
Do they? How do you know this? Be easy said that was too much for me to handle, not enough tinfoil to handle all that knowledge.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but what if he was right? Because all
If
this,
she was right,
dude,
once again, money means nothing.
at all, at all. Like, none of this matters. Like, I quit everything.
We just here.
Here's the
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. And I'm not gonna lie, I guess, you know, when it comes to all the shit that Alan was talking about, but when it comes to that, not the pedophilia shit, but the crazy shit with the lizard people and all of that, you can kind of keep me in the dark. I'm okay with that.
I think it's interesting. It makes you laugh, but like if that stuff ends up being true about like the spaceship in fucking Antarctica and all the nonsense he was talking about with that, like god dang.
I want to know who was the real humans then, and like what there is so much truth that I know so many questions I need to ask them.
So many that never end. Like,
And then what does that have to say for religion? Ooh.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
What
It's crazy.
What are the Christians going to believe if we find out we are really just plants here for basically alien slavery?
Well, the theory is that that was why we're here. They left though. Like,
Yeah.
they got everything already.
But what I'm saying is, like the religion, they would take a major hit because now there is.
I don't. Well, because who's to say that the same religion doesn't create them as well?
Well, I need to see what in those religious books where it says something about aliens and reptilian people that.
Well,
that
that's
made us.
isn't that more like the Egyptian stuff?
Who you asking? This is the question I'm asking. I'll be asking all the religious people.
He was talking about Unukami. What? Yeah, I don't know. The whole alien thing, I'm really intrigued by it all. It's fucking wild, dude. Like, it's really wild. And then they have all these like high-ranking Air Force guys that like were chasing them and stuff. And they're releasing all the footage. Like, it's fucking wild that we're still talking about dumb shit in America. Like, when there's that shit. Like, we are unified like a motherfucker now.
I'm gonna look it up because that's kind of interesting. To be honest.
Dude, Rogan just had a podcast, 3 of them, within like real short with the experts that came on and talked about. Like the actual people that were chasing and shit. You need to watch more Rogan. That's the problem. You learn stuff when you watch that.
I'll be outside. You know,
I'm outside too.
living my life.
The hell? And you drive so much. Like you watch. That's what I do. I just listen to it and I drive. You drive way more than me. Clearly. You listen. You watch. What's that Bundon dude or whatever? That dork. What's his name?
Who?
Bundon?
Joe Budden?
Yeah. He's a dork, dude. I don't know why. I just think he's a dork. Every time I see him, he's a dork.
Sounds racist.
I mean, could be. I just don't like him. He's a dork.
I fuck with Joe Budden. Joe Budden podcast, y'all.
I was listening to it.
Wednesdays and Saturdays.
It wasn't very. It wasn't very entertaining.
To me, it is.
It's not very.
Someone asked if we're brothers.
Are we brothers? Yes, I guess. I don't know how that's possible, but maybe.
Who?
Maybe. I have questions for our parents then.
I wouldn't doubt it. My dad was a Rolling Stone. He was out here spreading his seed.
That's disrespectful towards my dad and my mom, though. That's me. Why can it be the other way around? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad maybe cooked the meal, you know?
That could explain it. Maybe
See?
him and my dad are brothers in some type of way.
That's not how I meant. What?
But you know, maybe they was into some swinging things. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah. That's a possibility. But then I would have stronger legs. And I could run with a bounce.
No, I think that's going back to the reason that y'all got deficit genes and whatever. All of that.
Yeah.
I got stronger.
Someone said I have a big forehead.
You do have a big forehead. A big ass forehead.
I'll wrestle.
It's also shiny.
Oh man.
I'll wrestle him. Tell him that, but I'll wrestle him.
Tell the girl.
Bro, so
Oh, is that Presley's friend? You're
I
sure?
don't think so. I'm not. I don't know.
She wouldn't say
But
that.
I don't think so.
Well, Presley would though.
She's not with her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I thought that'd be funny if your little sister was clowning you on the internet right now. Man.
David told me his daughter was highly annoyed with me the first time we met. She was hungry, and we were sitting there talking. We were just talking outside. It
Oh,
was
you were
kinda hot.
so mad.
Uh,
And my other dog, my 10-year-old, said you were boring.
yeah, because I just said
He said
hi.
hello. So she's like, he's boring. What'd you want him to do? Throw confetti? Like, what the
Because
hell?
like I told David, I said, you know, I have a thing with people's daughters that like I stay away from them really. You know what I'm saying, with the kids, period, until I'm properly introduced to them. You know, I speak to them. That's about it. But otherwise, I'm not overly friendly with people, especially daughters or their kids.
Not me.
People-
I'm gonna have a great time with your
People
kids.
are a little it's just kind of a respect thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, because I know how I am with my kids. Just like,
I'm so excited to meet your crazy 1-year-old. We're gonna have the best of times.
she's a weird
Oh,
How many kids do you have?
one. 5.
Could you imagine me with 2 more of you people?
18, 14, 11, 5, and 1.
I'll have to show you a video later of this 1-year-old. She's nuts, and it's awesome. I was like that's so exciting.
So yeah.
Well, anybody got anything else for us to talk about before we bounce? I need to eat again.
I've already missed my window. I'm intermittent fasting.
It's,
My window was kind of over when I was here.
You could also just come do some hole digging, and it won't matter. It's some real work. They walk around the land and go, yeah, it's a good job, bulldozer. Good job.
I mean, I was doing work out there.
Oh, look, there's a new barn. It's a barn.
I was doing work out there.
That's work. Pointing stuff. I heard, when I called you, it sounded like there was a party.
This was that sounded like a party. I'm listening.
There was laughing.
Literally listening to a foreman. So our whole family's there. My group, the people that's gonna be living on the land, they there. We listen to the foreman tell us about this hole that's in the ground. We got water in it and everything. We don't know if it's a septic, it's a well, or anything. He goes about something. It is a bulldozer in the back. It sounds like a party. It's a number of work, and it's hot outside.
It's hot as yes. We're not digging a hole with a shovel and breaking concrete with a big ass bar. Like that's work.
America, this is about positioning yourself.
Mm.
David has a position.
I feel like this is another credit score joke.
I have positioned myself to pay and give orders. What's crazy is he gonna be building some decks out there. My wife has pretty much hired him already.
I'm gonna quit right before I get there too. I'm leaving.
Quit. So you're gonna be on the land. You're gonna be working, but you're gonna be on the land.
I'm gonna charge you out the ass too.
That's right.
I'm gonna get my reparations. Goddamn it.
And I got some cottonwood out there too. I'm gonna make sure it's
Cottonwood?
Yes, cottonwood. Pick it, sir. Can you get it out the way? Give you a bag.
I enjoy doing hard ass work.
Give you a bag and some little sandals.
Hey, are you making my flip flops? I was
Like a
forced to buy
work
these.
shirt. We finna reverse the roles. We on the land. I'm about to make white people work this land.
Oh, that's so funny. We can
about to work this land.
Damn, I set myself up for that. Oh man, that's
Get
good.
out there.
Oh, dude, you have to get like one of those giant
15-minute
hats.
break.
Oh man, that's so funny. God damn. Oh man.
They won't be called Negro spirituals. Neanderthal spirituals. I want to hear them. Sing it.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Sing it loud.
You do not want me to sing.
Yeah, no, sing it loud on that land.
Did I ever show you my I did a not a rap battle, but like a beef track. It's on YouTube. I wrote the whole thing, made the beat. She's the hook.
I'm in it.
It's great. Oh man.
Jesus.
Well, we were having a sniper competition in the game, and so it was me and Billy, and so he made a montage of his kills, and it was like really well made. and the music he chose for it and everything was like spot on. So it went real well. I was like, shit. From an editing standpoint, it was gonna be hard to beat. I knew I could hang with him as far as like the kills, the capturing of the footage, but the picking the right song and then the way he edited it was really good. So I was like, man, it's gonna take a long time to do that. So I was like, the only way I can beat him is if I just do my own song, because I knew he wouldn't do it. And so, yeah, I made my own rap song. It is as bad as you think it is.
Gotta hit that hot 16.
It is. And if you read the comment section, it's even better. But I still did it, and I think I won because of it. So you should probably hear that. You can bump it on the way home.
I don't want to judge you.
Oh, you should. That's why I put it up there. But still, I did it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they're laughing at your jokes. They don't like that. I'm the funny one in this here house, and he's getting all the laughs tonight. I'm off my game. This
You know,
is bullshit.
it just takes a little while for me to start, cracking jokes. He cracked jokes out the gate. I usually save mine for good times.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the party thing in October. Right, it's in October, right? What? Your party thing, Heartland. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal that.
Oh, so next October.
Oh, next October.
Next October.
Oh, is that far away?
Yeah, because
Can you move down?
we have to be responsible. We have to be respectful to her sister's 10-year anniversary
Oh.
or whatever. So we're having a wedding on the property. Me and my lady. We're gonna do this whole Christian value wedding type of thing because we got married in Dubai. So this is really for my mother and her.
Cause she wasn't there, right?
Yeah, she was there.
In Dubai?
Yeah. I flew all my people out. But anyway, we're gonna have a celebration, a wedding, a traditional wedding on the property in next October. Or the Maddox family is invited. David, his family, and his mother and father. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be shooting some guns, partying, kicking it. I mean, we dance, we party, so.
That's gonna be terrible. You have to help me with that.
So
We have to have practice sessions
so
because it is bad.
I don't think we can though.
we're gonna have a videographer there. We're gonna have a good time.
I cannot
It's
dance.
gonna be pretty dope. I'm excited about it, which is weird.
Yeah, you should be excited.
Because we've been rocking for a long time, but I don't know. This is bringing a little excitement
What
to
is
everybody. So it's pretty dope.
Be Easy wants to know how long have you been REI? I don't know what that means.
Really say this.
Uh,
I bought my first home when I was 21 for $17,250. Closing got from auction. From there, that was my bug. I spent 10 years in that house, two bedroom, two bath. And I stacked my money from there and did other investments. So
I bought this house when I was 21. I fucked up after that.
So that's how I got started. I've always had a thing for it. My dad built houses. My dad, he had a third grade education. Couldn't read, couldn't write, but he could build homes. He could build homes. Seriously dope when it came to home design and executing those designs. So I picked it up from there. And my first degree that I went after high school was drafting and estimating. So I've always been interested in it. I just never really bankrolled it until then. And how I did that, honestly, was by accident, so to speak. My mom had me create a bank account when I was 13, 14. And I was putting money in it from then. But I was mowing lawns, shoveling snow, working, and all my checks went into that bank account. And I couldn't touch it. I couldn't take it out without her signature at all. So I was off in college up in St. Cloud. And my mom called me. She said, come down. I was in Minnesota. She said, come down. I need you to go to an auction and go buy a house. And we used that money for that house. And that's how that started.
And you also, your family was part of the viral footage during the riots, right, in Minnesota? Right?
Yes.
But,
I shouldn't say viral footage.
I mean, it was viral for a moment, a hot minute.
The people that were there protecting black-owned businesses with firearms. Yeah.
So it was, but that I don't know if it was a video, if it was at one point it was a video, but I think it became more of a screenshot that was used for positive and negative. But it was.
We believe in protecting ourselves. We believe in carrying. And that goes from Chicago to Minnesota to here. So, and when you have actual connections to the community, to the people, your shit don't get touched. It's still up, still running. Do not get looted. Do not get broken into. Because we don't extract, we don't subtract from our neighborhoods. We add to our neighborhoods. So when things go to shit and things go crazy, people know what to protect.
Yeah. You should help me start my idea of topless handyman service in the gay community of Dallas.
To get paid. He's gonna get paid, his ball's gonna get played with. And yeah, a lot of inappropriate things might happen in or around his butthole. But that's.
I'll be more like the boss. I'll tell people what to do. They'll have to be played with on me.
Oh, so you're the top.
I would hope so. I'll probably screw that up though.
Oh, okay.
Curtis, pause.
Hey, I didn't bring up booty holes. This podcast. I did that on podcast 2.
Hey, man, we gonna go all the way. We might just go.
But it's a great idea, and we should do it.
So would that make you would you just be being a little predator, trying to use them for their cash flow? They do have
No,
cash
it was
flow.
actually brought up to me by one of our gay customers in the woodworking world.
Because he wants you.
That's fine, but I'm gonna create a business around it.
Oh, so what do he want you to fix?
See, I was gonna say, the first thing that came up mind. Look, it doesn't matter.
He wants you to fix his pole or his hole.
Right. Doesn't matter. Point is,
it don't matter.
no, because it's an actual business. It's no different than what I don't know if you probably weren't here.
It's an actual business.
Look, hold on.
Whoring is an actual business.
No, that's what you're going with it.
Oh, okay.
That's not what's gonna happen. Woman. There was some women started doing bikini lawn mowing service. They made millions and retired, right? And they did it here. And it was like in a few, I think 3 summers, they like retired afterwards.
Yikes.
They were college age. And I was like, ever since then, I was like, man, we could do that from a dude standpoint with, lonely housewives or whatever. And then I realized that would probably be, that market's too niche. But the gay community would appreciate that. So that's where I thought. So anyway, but that was in my head, and then Alan and I delivered some stuff to a dude, and he has a record company, and we were carrying stuff in, and he called all his gay friends as we were bringing. We came in, met him, trying to figure out where this stuff was going to go, the new cabinets we built, and so he told us where to go. We had to move stuff out of the way. Then we went outside to the truck and grabbed the cabinets and bring it back in, and we're wearing like flannel shit. This was during winter, and back then my beard was like 8 inches longer. And he had no bullshit, called his friends that were like other local business owners. They were all sitting down with their legs crossed, like a hard body. And we're just making all kinds of,
Sexualized.
Yeah, dude, real bad. But they were super cool and everything. And I was like, all right, this is my idea for sure will work. And then he had mentioned some, yeah. Look, the point is, I know I'll make some money out of it.
They trying to take advantage of David. And he's
Hey, I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to pull you on, see?
He's like, look, I'll sell myself for some.
I didn't say I'll sell myself. I'll sell my services.
I don't think you set a good example for your daughter over there.
Hey, look, get paid. Don't be broke like me.
So
It's not fun.
So if she said, hey dad, I want to start OnlyFans.
No.
Why? You said get paid.
Right. But not in that regard. 'Cause I wouldn't do that. I don't even like Hooters. I don't even go to Hooters.
What's the difference?
A lot. Because I'm using my brain power.
You
I
objectify
can
yourself.
Not me. Other people.
So you're a pimp.
Yes.
So once again, if your daughter said, hey, I'm gonna start me OnlyFans,
But she's controlling other people?
her or her other people, it don't matter.
No.
Why?
Because it's different with women.
Why is it different?
But I told you my brain's not working very good, and then you're gonna ask me these layered ass questions.
This is about women empowerment, her owning her own body, her own essence, her own power.
She hustles her ass off. She ain't got to turn to that.
And then what if something click? Like, you know what? I can sit on this camera,
Yeah, right.
flash a few things, take a couple pictures, and you know what? People will prescribe for this shit.
Ask her that question.
And then
I won't even have to do talking for her. You guys.
I could be making good 5 figures every month.
Ask her that question.
I'm asking you something.
But it has something to do with me.
How did I know?
Because our brains are right.
Really?
No.
So you see the difference?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the same way that you also agree with your son. You tried your kid. Shit.
Interesting.
You make me hot.
Did you start OnlyFans?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Yeah, no. Degrading yourself.
Oh.
Different.
Interesting.
What was the question?
He's asking some really inappropriate shit.
Yep.
I'm just taking mental notes.
David saying he's gonna start this. He's gonna
She
start
knows.
whoring. He's gonna start whoring other men out.
What she would do.
I said when she started OnlyFans.
I don't think she knows what that is. See, she knows what that is.
No, I feel like I do.
Neither one of them know what that is. So don't bring it up.
Oh, I can let her
I know you can. I'm saying don't. Because they'll come back tenfold on your ass
Isn't
and you
it
don't want me
really,
doing
like,
this.
isn't it really promote yourself? Like, and then just
It's
have
just nasty shit for sad people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just think of Pornhub with subscriptions. So you got your own. So or no, what? Just think of Instagram, right? Think of Instagram rated R version. And if people pay to come to your page every night or weekly or whatever, and so a lot of women and it's starting to become men too. A lot of girls have made OnlyFans accounts, and they be pulling in $5.
I try to get my wife to do it.
You know, we talking about $10, $20, $30,000 a month for them to literally be sitting. They be sitting at home playing video games or whatever. You be like, look, for
Did you
extra.
get into details?
For an extra $20 that you subscribe, and you know what? I might send you a booty cheek picture or a nipple pic or whatever. And you got this subscription money coming in every week, and they pulling in 10, 20, 30, 40,000.
That's not the extreme
Doing
successful people. That's not.
No.
The majority of them, they don't make that much money.
Hey, they make thousands.
Okay.
But imagine someone saying like, "How do you make all that money?" And then you have to say that. Like that's just so like.
So if minimum $5,000.
But I don't think that's what it is though.
Well, you know.
I'm just saying I don't think that's what it is. Because there's so many people doing it now. They're promoting it everywhere. So the supply and demand is way out of whack.
Porn is a $1 billion industry, and Pornhub is the most visited site ever.
Right.
Period. So it's not overly saturated.
It is.
It's not. It's not going anywhere.
You probably own OnlyFans.
Oh no.
You probably do. Or you have like a version of it.
I did
Or
think
you
one
have
time I
stock.
was gonna buy a strip club. For the simple fact, I'm like, look, fuck it, I might as well just get into this money anyway. But then again, my morals kicked in. I looked at my children, my mother, and I was like, I can't do
You're making me hot. I'm sweating right
I don't want to make you
now.
happy.
Maybe not in a good way. You irritate me. I'm gonna punch you in the ear. Flick your earlobe.
So yeah. Anyway, I would
Damn
do
shame.
I would do OnlyFans if I felt like I had some fans like that. I mean, why not?
Are you just low-key asking the fans to let you know that they want?
I mean, hey.
I don't condone it. They're now gonna start making jokes. Y'all should have your own.
Hey, if you gonna pay me $3-4 grand to see, you know, whatever, hey.
I ain't doing it. I ain't with it. Ain't my thing. Ain't happening. They don't want to see your half-shaven legs anyway.
That's not what they're looking for.
Half-shaven buttholes now.
Anyway, end this podcast, man.
You have control over the next. Oh, I gotta get water. We've been on. We start going for too long. We start talking about nonsense.
Exactly, you're getting too crazy.
We didn't have no pre-production. Yeah, because you don't ever come up with no damn topics.
It's been 2:28.
This be going way too long.
It's a shorter podcast though. Because normally they're long as shit.
What time?
Time
45?
Time to play. Goddamn Ghost of Tsushima. And you said to be the last of us. You have to do that, by the way. So are you for real coming over Saturday? You better come over Saturday.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Is that tomorrow?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. What time does the festivity start?
Late, I think.
7
Late.
PM?
a.m. Yeah, say 7 a.m.
Oh. So, okay. The boys gonna be trying to get real frisky right here.
I already told them not.
Is there any bottles around here? Are we playing spin a bottle up in here?
What are you talking about? I'm in this podcast.
What do you mean what I'm talking about?
You get on my damn nerves.
Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all later.
I don't know how to do this. I always
We gonna chime in when the kids are playing spin a bottle tomorrow.
Oh my God, I hate you so much. You're shitty.
And we catch young